they say, and by they I mean the people we're on the run from, that food is an ugly business. That food is intolerant and fake, even illegal. Well, I never saw food as an ugly business at all. I always saw it as, well, charming. I mean, this food charms you. It takes you in. It makes you feel welcome. Travel is like that. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart. But that's okay. Hopefully, you leave something good behind. Just don't bite off more than you can chew.
All right. Welcome everybody to another wonderful session of Chew RPG. Here on Weave the Tale. This has been such a passion, such a fun thing to do every single week, and especially this week we're going to Germany. There's going to be just a lot of fun drinking, a little drinking game, and I'll start with that before we head on to sponsors or anything else. So tonight we will be doing, and potentially for next week too, depending on what goes on if we're still in Germany, we'll be doing drinking sessions, drinking games of Chew, where anytime that anybody says sausage or smossage, I will take a drink. Yep, please drink responsibly. I have water right here. I already ate some pretzels and got some starch in my stomach. Gonna soak up, all that wheat, soaking up wheat in a different form, and it's pretty awesome to see it happen. So for the cast will either be drinking or they will be drinking something else, right? No pressure to them, but this is bona fide Weiss beer in this stein I have here. So just want to say thanks to our sponsors, Imagining Games, and Mitch Bustillos for creating this amazing Chew RPG that we're having such fun playing again. Please make sure to check out the Kickstarter. It's got about half a month left. It's going solid. It can get even better. The next stretch goal is really a fun one that I really want to see happen, which is the Animal Operative Playbook. And this will allow you to create your very own boil. So if you loved boil last session and you wanted to see what the true king of cocks can do, this Animal Operative Playbook is going to be your best friend in that. So let's make it happen. That's the next one.
King of cocks. King of
Chuchi wins every time.
Chuchi, play Chuchi. Such the golden Chuchi. That would be so amazing. It's so
Anyone
fun.
else hear him say King of cocks?
It's not sausage. Not a drink then. It's poultry. We're on Frank's right now. I guess that counts. So I'm gonna drink now. Like any sausage variant.
Sausage variant.
Any sausage variant. Thank you so much again for Weave the Tale for hosting us for yet another night. And let's get right to it. So. And please remember, we do have our retweet goal. We're halfway there. Our sub goal, as well as donations for all kinds of like deals, appetites, anything that can lower our agents' danger in a particular situation, or add some if that's what you like. Please make sure to keep an eye on that. As always, we have our wonderful corkboard here to display everything we got going on for this session, and our players will be editing stuff as it happens. My name is Anthony, and you can find me on Twitter at the name under here at Prainntheplague. But without further ado, I'm more than happy to introduce my wonderful cast and get right into it. We will start with the wonderful Calliegh Mari, played by the equally effervescent Dido. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Dido. I play Calliegh Mari, who's been through a lot of stuff. Killing a lot of people, finding out her fiance's dead. And you can catch me on other various places where I do a lot of killing in those games too, to be honest. You can find me over on Swindler's Den on Monday nights at 7:30 Eastern, where we're wrapping up our homebrew that's been going on for about 2 years. We just started our final battle against an army of fire and ice elementals. So that'll be interesting. And then Wednesdays, I am also on Swindler's Den with Rime of the Frost Maiden, where I now play an old lady cat here on Fridays, and then Saturdays on Party Wipe Games, where we do another homebrew.
So old lady cat. So you and Dinah switched out for that for rhyme. Okay, cool. Just want to make
Yes.
sure.
I was gonna
we're
say,
trading off.
being an old lady is the best.
She's an old lady
Respect.
oracle, so she's a seer.
It's
Oh.
ideal. The respect level is high. No disrespect can happen. It's a lot of fun. Please check Dido, Alex. Up next, we have our wonderful, salty, sweet surprise Baron Hamm, played by the wonderful LeopoldTheJust.
Oh, hi. What's up? I forget what we're supposed to say at this part. Oh, I'm Leland, and I'm playing Baron Hamm, and he's just real fucking cool, way cooler than me in real life. So get ready for that. That's about all I have to say.
Watch out or listen, I should say, for a cool wind on your ears, just kind of frosting your tips. You'll know it. It's the calling card. All right, Dinah Mama Maple, played by the wonderful halfling Nikki. Oh, hat's gonna fall off.
It's my goal every time to make your hat fall off at least once.
Good. Good.
So I am Nikki. I play Dinah Mama Maple. She's an Irish woman who is here just to support her friends and make sure that Baron doesn't set things on fire that shouldn't be set on fire. You can catch me here on Fridays. It's really the only thing I'm on this month. Oh no, wait, actually, Sunday we have a one shot of 10 candles on TTRPG. That's TEATRPG. So that should be really fun. And then on the 31st, we have our October episode of our talk show. So we'll have 2 talk guests and a musical guest, and it's really fun. So definitely check that out. And you can follow me everywhere that I want you to find me as halfling_Nikki, the way it's spelled on the screen and in the chat.
The spoopy hijinks are high, and I really would not have it any other way. Very happy about that. ScribblingPenny, our wonderful tech and vegan character, both in life and in the agent, which drives everything that Colby does. Colby
Or tries to do. Colby Jack. This is exciting. Hello, everyone. Ich bin ScribblingPenny. I'm playing Colby Jack tonight in our German world, surrounded by bratwurst and things. This is going to be fun and exciting for Colby. It'll be great. And I'm sure that there's going to be like chicken sausage or something. I don't know. It'll be a thing. Yeah.
The poultry.
I think I'll...
The...
Oh, God.
It's going to weasel its way into things.
You said sausage. I'm going to drink.
Yeah, you said it again, son. It's a compounding effect.
Oh, damn it.
All right, so it's fun. We'll get all the fun ones out of the way. And of course, last but not least, our wonderful resident who has alcohol in the name, the domain of which is his, Bobby Bourbon, played by Cyberpunk Uncensored Rob Mulligan.
Hey, yeah, I'm Rob Mulligan, the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored, and we have lots of gameplay tutorials, very dystopian themed games and content. Everything like Cyberpunk Red 2020, the 2077 video game, Fallout, upcoming Dune. Check it out. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. I think next Wednesday I've got Cyberpunk Red Team Veritas, and then Saturday Team Ghost. Every Thursday I'm running the Sirenscape Cyberpunk Red game, and every Friday the Mad Queen Fallout. And then I'm here also on Fridays. And then lots of other random series and live things. So check that out. Here I'm playing Bobby Bourbon. He's a bit of a lowlife. He's not really into the bigger picture stuff. He's more situational, because he's kind of missing some key elements and details. But he gets by. He does what he has to do.
He's also
the
lonely.
powerful-
Don't forget. He revealed that he is lonely last episode.
I don't think necessarily you would know that. That was between me and a young lady here.
All right, got it.
Mr.
Got it. Well,
Hamm.
the viewers know.
Let's not bring that shit up.
Just keep your mouth shut when grown folks is talking. This is so funny. But no, I'm so happy to have Bobby Bourbon on for this. And without further ado, we'll get right to the secrets of Oktoberfest. Okay, we start off back in Quetzaltenango, Guatemala, right? Back in our previous region, as the agents have a chance. This is about a time skip of about 2 weeks. There's been recovery, repairing, reconciliation between the different organizations that kind of, were powerful in the area. And after the agents stopped the battle of many herbs and spices, and minimal bloodshed was spilled apart from those that needed to die, Friday Sketty with Dinah Mama Maple destroying her trouble, Colby with the help of an agent Colby Jack here, and then later on, with the group effort to take down the dictator Pakash, the alpaca, who terrorized them, right, and just sought to take complete control of the continent for himself. In that time, La Fuerza de Paz, the force of peace, an oxymoronic misnomer of a general alliance name, has done really exactly just that, has increased militaristic kind of barriers throughout Central and South America within the 2 weeks, as these factions come together to prevent foreign involvement or any sort of, at least for the time being, that their land is their own, right? And that they don't have to worry about, hopefully American imperialism or others kind of worming their way and trying to take their industry. Montero is out, the USDA is out, and what remains are El Pollo Terrible, P-O-Y-O, that is our beautiful rooster general king of cocks friend, who is who's cyborg, but thanks to Calliegh Mari's makeup, it looks like a regular rooster and has regained a little bit of that chickenality, that chicken spirituality, and a return to peace for that particular pollo. The Bakash, same with the chickens, have kind of formed a little alliance where the alpacas take the mountains and the chickens take the lowlands. And with this, the elevations, in the many mountain ranges across Central and South America are covered, with the general people even backing them up, and so they get to govern themselves and rule in their stead. The egg terrorists are finally being seen as legitimate. They are no longer considered terrorists. Their manifesto speaks the truth. Montero has helped create the bird flu. And you know what? It's quite a shocker for them, for the rest of the world, but not for them. And they're gaining support. So this combination. Oh, before any further, the agents kind of drinking. I imagine their share of mojitos and margaritas, right? Having a good time, enjoying the Guatemalan coastside in Quetzaltenango, with a moment, a respite of peace after some well-deserved adventures. There seems to be a shuffling, right? There seems to be a meeting at the docks of what seems to be every faction. You see black and white striped outfits. You see chickens. You see cybernetic chickens. You see Pakash. You see cheap. And it seems like everybody's meeting towards the pier. The U.S. Navy has been there for a couple weeks, and you've gotten a chance to look at it, but you haven't really interacted with the boat or its captain and really figured out what's going on. You've just been waiting. Really not much else to do, when you're at a leads like this. In the center, you do see from afar, Mugido 72, Fluffy 72, who is the new Pakash leader, standing proud, wearing indigenous clothing, representative of his Andes Mountains heritage, proud of the region in which he lives. And this alpaca to be a force for commerce and local trade, for sustainable development, right, within his region. And basically the complete opposite of the dictator that was to take power of the Pakash. Of course, along with El Pollo, Happy, looking like a full rooster, and El Guerrerillo, the egghead, the lead egg, no longer terrorist, just the lead egg, uh, now kind of gathering. The agents have a moment to drink, perhaps, or talk amongst themselves for a moment before heading down to the pier and seeing what's going on.
First off, I just woke up, and how the hell did I get here? What the fuck is going on? I feel like I just missed the past few hours here. I had a little too much to drink, but what? How did I get here?
Here's your vape.
And you notice like the cartridge on the vape is like almost all the way gone. Like it was like halfway before you passed out.
I remember this being a little more full, but I guess okay.
And I sort of take my glasses down and you could just see they're like as red as hell, and then he just like back up. Sips his drink.
We might have stopped the war here. So that's what you missed when you were passed out.
Yeah, it was pretty eventful.
All right, so I missed all the action. Okay.
I would say actually that you missed the ending of the action.
I thought you'd
Because
be
there
able
was
to hold your
fighting
liquor a
before
little
and
bit
we ended
better.
the fighting.
Yeah, I went a little heavy on that, trying to get everyone to get together and stop the fighting and whatever they were going to get into at that volcano shit. But yeah, I went a little hard on the paint. You know what I'm saying? I just lost myself a bit there.
Right.
Understandable.
I think the Navy is coming and we might want to get out of here.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I'm not too good with authority, so yeah, I'm with that.
Their warship is kind of like docked currently, and it has been there since the battle happened, but it has not moved. They have not left port, but they haven't lowered their like basically drawbridges, right, and like their ramps, to come on board and speak with them. It's kind of been radio silence, so it's just this eerie militaristic presence next to you, and that seems to be what the town is discussing down at the pier.
Well, maybe we should go and extend an invitation. See what they're here for. I really don't want them to interrupt what the progress we've made here.
It's true. If we could get all this foreign influence out, it's better.
You're saying talk to the Navy out there?
I don't want to do it.
Maybe we should check in with some of these faction leader people here and just see what everyone's gathering about first before we start inviting these Navy people in.
Right. My experience with the military types isn't great.
Clearly, from the Freddy Sketty example. Before we move on, I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for hitting our retweet goal. Everybody's appetite has been increased by 1 to a temporary 9, as we do whenever we get our retweet goal. So, a little bit more on that appetite track for resistance rolls, flashbacks, or lend a hand / dig-ins if your perks are about those things.
Nice.
Highly appreciated. Military, not fun though. I get that, Mama Maple. I understand that. It seems to be the only really real piece of U.S. influence that you can see left. You are saddened by having seen some of the the pickup afterwards, and it was like one pile for bodies, another pile for like cyborg parts, microcircuitry that represents the loss maybe of a lot of their USDA partners. Little animal friends.
What are
Right, well,
the
then-
people in the area saying? Like, Colby's going to try and like listen in to see sort of what the gossip is about around town.
So you're kind of like at this at the top of a cliff overlooking the city and the beach, city to the right, beach to the left, and you're kind of almost on the coast yourself. You can also see, that's where you can have a good view of the pier as well as the Navy warship. You try to use basically like a horn type device to overhear the echoes, created by the cliff that's carrying across the beach. What would you like to? This is the first roll. This will be in control, and the effect will be standard.
Yeah, rolling. Let me bring up some Roll20. I think she will probably roll. I don't know, guts. It should be
Risky.
training.
So
probably.
okay, so if you're, okay, training is perfect if you're relying on something that you've already done in the past, and you're more than welcome to use it. Guts could potentially increase your, I'll say that guts here could potentially increase your effect up to great. But at the same time, it would take you to risky because you'd kind of be like leaning off the cliff and holding that cone out, really trying to catch every possible vibration. So choices.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do the risky thing.
The risky thing. Okay, I'll offer you a devil's bargain. I'm gonna take if you would allow it to even stretch yourself even further. Okay, you can put that from risky to desperate. But it'll be more. There's nothing higher than great. But if it's a success, I'll just say that we'll make something higher than great for this particular scenario. Take it or leave it, devil's bargain. Depending on how risky you want it to be.
So I actually have a thing for this with my perks, that when I dig in, and I would willingly take the ruthless condition to satisfy the devil's bargain, and I gain an effect to act with malice and revenge.
So you're gonna act maliciously. Okay, who are you being malicious towards? The Navy or somebody else? Which of your hatreds is fueling this action?
I mean, the egg terrorists did eat the eggs last week.
Cheers, just kind of everyone. Colby has this notebook out, and she's flipping through the pages of this list that she has formed of all these names of people that she just does not like. Yeah, they are all non-vegans as well. Just
okay,
people that
so
she's seen eat meat.
What's fueling your hatred here is that even though you are happy that you have helped them out, they're still killers, and you'll never let that go. You stretch yourself out as far as you possibly can. Please roll guts for me, and let's see how this goes. If anybody would like to lend a hand, they can please do so. I know that they don't really stack, but this is a little. If anybody wants.
I think because if I'm digging in, do I get another dice? Oh God. So before Colby leans, let me just say that she puts Mr. Meow safely on the cliff. She is not holding her cyborg kitty as she leans out over the cliff.
You make sure to practice as a vegan. You practice animal safety, right? Especially for your kitty.
Right.
The kitty stays. You do plummet. you plummet. I mean,
Oh.
you know, you just straight up fall off. You're like, oh, like you're hanging on by like your toenails almost, and then it's just unfortunately it's not enough. You get weak in the knees and you fall on down. As you are plummeting, if anybody would like to roll to potentially save or help her, I would.
I'll try to grab her.
Actually,
out of
I have a
instinct.
thing.
I like how all of us just jump towards it. Yeah, of course.
But
We have to save Colby.
Callie
Yeah.
has a thing that says "not today," and I can protect someone from the consequences of their actions.
Oh my god,
Okay.
that's cool as fuck. Do that, please. Do that.
Let's use. Okay, and so would any approach or perhaps your quirk be useful in assisting the situation? It's
My
already
quirk? No.
throw makeup to
I
pillow
just
the
threw.
to pillow or fall.
I don't think any of my approaches would help either.
Okay, that's fine though. You do use not today to try.
I
so
think it would
what
just
is-
be my training.
Your training. Okay, so I just want to say, take a look at your veteran playbook real quick and take a look at your not today. When you protect someone from the consequences of their actions, you recover 1 appetite. If you do not resist the consequences, you buy your team a moment to gather themselves in addition to any other benefits. Okay, so yeah, let's roll the resistance roll. So roll 1d6, and let's see. You will take the stress of resisting it. Right, this is not something that a dig in
5.
or lend a hand. Okay, no, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, right? You spend 1 appetite, and you're able to effectively resist this for Colby Jack. Please describe how you save her, whether it be pulling her back up, jumping after her. Whatever.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that because her and Colby have kind of been going on this killing spree, so I think that she kind of wants to make sure that Colby's doing it right, like making sure she's using a gun from the war and not her own sidearm. So she's probably following her, and sees her leaning just farther and farther, and
Oh boy.
Calliegh just grabs her and just flings her behind her as she starts to fall off this cliff.
Centrifugal force. You spin her around real fast somehow in bullet
yeah,
time.
she uses
causing
her
enough
own
momentum to put her back on.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's be we'll be Mimi about it, because I think that's perfect for a veteran like Calliegh. The force is so large that you're actually able to boomerang yourself back with the same momentum. So you throw her and then grab her at the same time, and you kind of slide on back, the both of you. However, Colby did get close enough to actually hear what was going on. And it seems to be, some sort of summit between them, trying to figure out what's going on with the Navy. El Pollo in particular is standing there with his MG60, 3 times larger than himself, that he can carry with a single feather. Just absolute king, right? And so he's a destructive force, able to take on the warship almost by himself. He's not particularly worried about it. But he does want to know what's going on. It seems like Mugido 72, Fluffy 72, is kind of calming the crowd, telling them to relax. And El Guerrerillo is getting anti-air defenses and mortars, basically artillery, ready in the case of, they're worried about an attack. It's better to get in position than not be. But it's pretty open apart from that.
Or you relay that to the rest of us?
Yeah.
Should we step in before shit hits the fan here? Or get the hell out of Dodge. What are we doing?
Yeah. I definitely think we should step in.
Colby's like still trying to catch her breath. I mean, I think we should. I mean, El Pollo's just could totally take out that ship, right?
Yeah, but do we
I
want him
believe he
to?
could.
That would get rid of the influence here. I'm sure that the Navy has nothing good to bring.
I have to say I'm with
Listen.
Colby here.
Just the other day, we were agents of the United States government, and now we're trying to blow them up. If things change that fast.
That is the United States Navy, right? I just need to clarify.
The United Way. Okay. So you know what?
Is it? I'm saying, is it the United States Navy?
It is the United States
Okay.
Navy. But I love the
Just
idea
making
that
sure what I
Baron
said
as the
wasn't
hot
stupid.
shot. No, not at all. But I love the idea that Baron is like, big, big sausaging, into the situation.
It's called chorizo down here in the South.
I will take it. Nobody else has to. But for me, that's been sausage all my life. So nothing else is more genuine.
My people call it linguiça, so
That's three.
My people call it andouille. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not Cajun.
Damn, you're right though. So that is another one.
I just live next to New Orleans, so I like feel somewhat Cajun.
Back to back, everybody. All right. There's also a frog in my room that has entered from the outside, so I'm just gonna. I don't know where it is, but I'm.
They just want to check out the game. Just let them.
Yeah,
chill.
he just wants to. He's Chog. He's just lining up to get Chog. That's fine. It's where's Montero when you need him? Okay, let's. So, Baron will? Is that what I'm gathering, or who will speak first? That's all.
To El Pollo?
Yes.
I have a zero.
Who would
charm.
like to? Who would like to?
Yeah, I think Calliegh would probably be the best. Calliegh or
Dinah's the face, but also Dinah wants them to blow up, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good at talking to people on that, but I have a much different approach. It's less, it's more sly and shit like that. Bobby Bourbon might not be the best to start the conversation here.
I do want to point out that everybody
have a rapport with El Pollo.
You do.
Are we standing in front?
El Pollo trusts you. Yeah, like we can say that you're like walking on down. You're like almost there. And each time one of you speaks, you huff past a little bit forward. They do respect, I would say, Calliegh and Dinah probably the most. Dinah for standing up against Freddie, and Colby for taking the shot, and Calliegh for everything with El Pollo. So
I also had that very heartfelt speech.
yeah, they know you. Like they know that you're the like you could have easily like betrayed and been with your former partner, but that's not what happened.
Could
As much
we-
as blowing up the United States Navy might be a fun time, would not be the first time I've blown up a U.S. naval ship.
Oh boy.
It shouldn't always be your first choice.
Right. So what if
as soon
we
as
got
she mentioned-
the?
Go ahead, sorry.
What if we got our animal friends to sink the ship, but not completely blow it up? Maybe that's an option.
The Yakuza?
I was talking about our animal friends, but the Yakuza
yeah,
wants to do it. I'm fine with that too.
Kind of take that personal there.
And I took that personally.
The Yakuza are a bunch of animals.
Hey, come on, I resemble that.
I'm not completely familiar with how the military works. I'm more of an outside the military, infiltrating in. But depending on who's on that ship, they might not have the authority to make any kind of a call, and that's why they're sitting there.
I mean, Colby
We could
is
get them
going
to leave without anything.
stride up to El Pollo and just like look him dead in his like chickeny eyes. Well, I guess look up at him because he's huge. And just sort of like put her hands on her hips as she like drops her voice. And she is just like, "El pollo. ¿Puedes matar a la marina?"
Nosotros estamos esperando. We together are waiting. No sabemos qué vamos a hacer con este bote. We don't know what we're going to do with this boat. Pero queremos hablar con ellos primero. We want to speak with them first. Antes que nosotros hacemos algo que no queremos hacer. Before we do something that we do not want to do. And then you see like the artillery get, start cocking. You see the, the Pollo army go up into feather kung fu mode. Like just super has like they just have their form. They're ready to attack like chick fu.
Chick fu. So Colby had said like, can you kill the Navy essentially? To see what they could kind of.
We could, but let's just get them. Let's just get them out here, and then finally, after seeing, they are pretty advanced, kind of boat, right? I mean, they saw you coming. This is the first time that you've really approached the pier since the 2 weeks have passed, and finally, the ramp comes down. Right, and it's slowly opening, with this, classic door comes open, but it's just like a white light. It's so bright, I can't see anything past it. As a lone figure pulls up, with buff, mustached, right, beautiful, tight buns, walks down the ramp, approaches the pier to everybody else and says, "Vice Admiral Honeybottom reporting."
Hello
I'm
there,
here to
sweet
speak.
bum.
You betcha. And I know you. You used to be USDA, but now you work with the people that we really like. FDA agents when they have nothing left to lose. Put her there! And he really extends his arm out. He's like really proud of you, really admirable. Fluffy 72, El Guerrillo, and Boyo are kind of like they're a little surprised, but clearly it doesn't look super combative. They seem okay.
I let him shake my hand, but then I look over at Dido. I make and do that one thing that women do when they're uncomfortable and they look at each other.
The look.
I'm sorry, you said Vice Admiral Humple Scumple? What was that?
Yeah, that is Vice Admiral Honeybottom.
Thank you.
Honeybomb. Okay. Oh, that sounds yummy. You know what? We're gonna need to go to Cinnabon when we get back. Get some strudel. Man, I'm hungry now.
I love that shit.
Why are you here? You can let go now, by the way. And she kind of separates their hands.
You're right. I'm sorry. I just get so excited. Every time. Oh, I'm sorry. I should introduce my. Why we're here. Sure, this boat says U.S. Navy on it. And we still do what they say. But on the sea, anything can happen. All right, out there, right? We're our own crew. especially in the wake of the amount of freedom that we have and being in international waters most of the time. And me, well, you see, I run the ship. This is my poop deck. I love the FDA. The last time that I had FDA agents on the run from something like you guys, oh, I miss him already. He had the cutest little face. Tony Chu. Tony Chu is just the best. Okay. They hopped on.
Callie's face scrunches up at the name Tony Chu. Like she gets this like very like sour like look like.
Yeah, you just say the Sour Patch Kid. You just it's completely jawbreaker face. Of course. So I don't know how you feel about him, but I love Tony Chu. He came on, we took him, and he really put a stop to something that I needed help with. And from then on, I said that if I ever found FDA agents in trouble, that I'd help out. Now, originally I was called here by the USDA, and but that seems taken care of. And then he points to the two bonfires that they have going on for electronic, for the microcircuitry of the animal companions, and another one for the USDA fallen in the city. So he's like, so it looks like my schedule's cleared up, and you guys look like you need to go somewhere. Now, I don't want to talk to any of the locals. I didn't know what was going on with them, but you guys, I know.
So
How?
Captain Horny Bottom here, without getting too deep into your poop deck, you trying to say you give us a ride somewhere if we need it?
Wherever you got, I'll take you anywhere.
Hey.
I don't care. I just want to see how this plays out. And you know what? We'll stick with you too. That was my assignment for the whole year. You know how much work you just saved me and my crew? And you see people of all backgrounds in the back of this U.S. Navy ship just throwing up their sailor hats, just completely excited about it.
Wait, so Freddie thought that the Navy was coming to back her up, but in fact they were trying to come and get the USDA out of here?
No, they were coming to back her up, but she's dead, and they kind of do what they want. So now
How do they know she's
wants
dead?
to help the FDA. Oh, they saw it. I mean, it's a huge battle, and they just they were like, oh shit, Vice Admiral, you should take a look at this. And just everybody on the side with their own particular binoculars, but also even just the I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but kind of higher periscopes, right? Even periscopes, that they have around, and they saw it all. They saw it all.
How much trouble is Colby in?
Oh,
Why
well,
would I be in trouble?
Oh, because
No,
you
I'm
did
asking
shoot.
that the player, not the character.
Oh,
like-
I see.
Is there a way for me to find out if they know that she's dead, do they know that it was Colby who shot her?
This particular person does, but they do seem allied. It doesn't seem like you have to mind wipe them or anything.
Okay.
Is that what we're calling it when we kill people? Just a mind wipe?
The extinguish, as Baron Hamm said earlier,
It's
the
the most
extinguishing of the
efficient
soul
way to do
torch.
it.
There are many ways to describe the loss of life. Bitter right, salty left, and umami center. Is everybody take a different stage here? I can be your angle or your devil. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to it. They're willing to help you. They want to help you. That's what they care about. The other faction leaders are happy with this. They're
As
like,
much
okay,
as I hate Tony so much, if he was willing to help Tony, he's not. He'll be on our side. Tony did some real fucked up shit. Very sketchy.
Yeah, he's like that. But according to what I hear, so are you five.
Oh, well, I was sketchy when they hired me, so
I have never done anything sketchy ever in my life.
Ever. It's
I
like
was
I was
forced
born
into
sketchy.
retirement.
70-year-old woman. I haven't done anything.
I have always been on the up and up.
I was
Bourbon has,
forced
like-
into retirement. What does that tell you?
Bourbon has like cross-hatching in the concept art behind him. I am literally sketchy. Baron Hamm is you know, it's just like literally I was 2 weeks away from retirement and they kicked me out, like the foreboding. And then Colby Jack which is everyone forgets, but Colby Jack plays the wronged playbook. So you mess with the vegan, you get the plant-based horns, you know. So it's what happens. It's not just Tony though. You know, actually, we take in all manners of strays, and in like a dark, I wouldn't say like, yeah, like a blackened alley with minimal lighting. You see like two red eyes, you know, similar. You can tell these are cyborg guys, right? Before this person starts to walk out. Dinah, you would be the only person to recognize this person. This is an old USDA agent that, to your knowledge, was killed a couple of years ago, along with her cyborg rat, right, known as Scritchers. This person is Lin Se Woon. Lin Se Woon is a USDA agent who was on if I hope I don't butcher this, but Yamalapu, which is like a Polynesian island in the Pacific, you know, where basically they were experimenting on culinary practices and chicken alternatives, right? Tony Chu went, and so did Lin Se Woon, but she never came out, and she perished. Like, this is way worse than Colby in the comics, you know, is like, I would say like 40% cyborg. This is like 80% cyborg, right? Where, you know, more machine than person at this point, right? Even her rat, who was already cyborg, is equally upgraded, 80% cyborg, now going by the name Meta Scritchers. So Lindsay Woon and Meta Scritchers are you know, they're anti-USDA. They're against the USDA for what she felt like she had to do under their orders, especially dying. And now she seeks to kind of root out corruption in the USDA. She approaches you and she says, "You there, Dinah, elder of the USDA. I don't know where they kept you away from me, but we should have been together from the beginning. Maybe you could have prevented this." And she, like, you know, is like, she still has like her same shape, and she's like what's considered like traditionally attractive like woman. That's how she's portrayed in the comics, right? And so she's still like curvy. She still wears like sensuous like dressing, right? Like dressing. I'm making food puns without even really realizing it. You know, and she's still there, but you know, most of her is you know, cyborg. She's just like really happy to meet you. She says, "Freddie needed to go. I would have done it myself, but Honeysuckle here didn't let me at her. You know, they took all the best animals. They took all of them. I mean, what a waste. They don't know what they're doing. You know, they're in over their heads, and someone needs to put a stop to this. But, you know, it depends. What do you guys want to do? Where are you going? Do you have any leads?"
I've been sleeping for a minute here, but I think somebody else will be taking the lead here.
dude,
Remind me again what the lead was for Germany, like specifically.
Mm-hmm. No, it was for, they were for both, and they weren't really touched upon.
Oh, that's right. We had the option to go to either one.
Yeah, exactly. For Germany, it was Munich specifically, and for like, you know, Asia, the first place that you found out was Japan. Japan for its connections to the Yakuza, and Montero's shipping's weird shadow ties to the Yakuza that aren't still fully understood, and so that's an obvious one. But in the same Montero base at Tierra del Fuego Parque Nacional, there was also in the same computer some information about Munich, about Bavaria, right? And so these were Montero points of interest. And basically, since in the last continent we figured that Montero was the main culprit behind everything, we're tracking Montero clues to, and then hopefully finding stuff about the blacklisting on the way. So you could go to either one.
All right. So they're asking us as a group why we're headed, or where we're headed
Where?
next.
She just doesn't know. She just doesn't. She's hungry for information. She's hiding out with the U.S. Navy with Honeybottom, and she's not sure what to do next.
We're headed to Germany. We got some business to tend to. If we're gonna take Montero down, we gotta rip their hearts out. And I think that might be where it is, in Germany.
Okay, I understand.
Munich, to be specific.
She gives you like a basically a brick phone in the shape of like a French baguette. This is harder than any Nokia you've ever experienced. This is like actually an impenetrable, unbreakable device. She says it's
Vibranium.
not
Got it.
vibranium. She says it's not super functional.
No, it's
you know,
vibranium.
Oh my God. Shut up.
vibranium.
Get out of here.
Flibrenum.
Get outta here.
It can't.
Go away.
It Nokia. There's so many fun versions. Regardless, it can't text, and it doesn't get any of the emails. It can't do the Facebooks and the Twitters, but it can speed dial a single number. There's only one number on it, 4. There's just one key on it, 4. You just have to hold 4, and Lynn says, and you'll contact me. It's untraceable. This is organic flour. Okay, no microchips in my vibranium. She hands it to Dinah, gives a salute, and kind of does like, she was very agile before, but more so now. She kind of hops off, does a backflip, and meta scritchers turns into like an airboat style situation. Little bit of transforming action going on, where it's a lot bigger on the inside, and the rat just starts to fold out until this airboat is covered, and instead of it's like with a little rat tail, little mecha rat tail attached to the back, like just squirting in the breeze, and she says, I'll see you soon. I'll check the other side. And you kind of share notes with her, I imagine, and she's off to Japan to check out that lead. So if and when the agents get to Japan, look out for Lindsay Woon, former, now complete anti-USDA member, right, for the future on that. And that's it. The faction leaders are confused, but obviously pleased that it seems like everybody's leaving. Although the fluffies, the cheaps, the chicken, even the egg terrorists, now just formerly known as egg, you see them kind of tearing up as it becomes clear that you'll be leaving. And for the last 3 months, you have been each of them, their saving grace, right? Individually, and when time came, protecting them all and allowing this like beautiful alliance to flourish. Boyle, Mugido 72, Fluffy 72, and El Guerrerillo, lead egghead, step out to give their final goodbyes and thank yous to the agents. If anybody would like to say something to them first, please.
Yeah, some encouraging words from my heart.
Now listen here. Wipe away those tears. Much like a sea turtle, we picked you up from behind the driftwood because you couldn't climb that shit, and we brought you to the beach. Now, march into the water and watch out for seals.
and then he just hits Bobby's vape, which Bobby had no idea he had stolen again, and then he just like blows a huge like cloud into their faces, and then walks away. And something
This is
blows
just
up.
this
That's
was just in
something your
general.
choice.
This is just like to the general to the
Yeah.
assembly. You just like address
Yeah.
the assembly. Baron walks away. Baron, a giant boulder blocking a Goonies-like cave on the cliffside blows up. Rocks crumbling, shattering as you exit your vape cloud above the ramp. The roosters like line up to do like a sort of like the firing like honors, but with instead of guns with their clucks.
I don't know.
Cluck, 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 cluck. Just at regular intervals.
21
and
cluck
then-
salute.
Yeah, the 21 cluck salute. They can't help themselves anymore, and they immediately dart down the beach in a Baywatch-like fashion, slow motion, feathers glistening, right, cyborg parts, waterproof, right, as they head towards the cave, and it's just kind of explore and taking charge of their new property. It's just a beautiful. The chicken run that you hoped to see finally happens, and it's just this beautiful horde of roosters and hens. Some of them still with arms, even. As the chickens are happy. You know that they're happy. They're going to go to their favorite coop right now. That's Baron's. Bobby, Dinah, Colby, Calliegh.
Callie does, but I'll let everybody else go first.
Gotcha.
Colby will simply give Bushido 62, right? Fluffy 72.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
El Pollo just like a giant hug if they'll let her.
Okay.
And
He's wearing, like I said, like indigenous clothing, so he has like hand woven textiled sort of dress robes with bright colors and floral patterns. There's even like a quetzal, not a quetzal. There is a gui, a guinea pig, weaved in, right, golden and bright, kind of like at the heart of the dress robes, and he's he's quadrupedal right now, but he kind of stands up into a bipedal fashion, and he's like, "Come, child."
yeah, she like gives them the biggest hug. This is a fluffy, great hug. You'll do better to this land. Okay? And she just like lightly touches the kui like embroiderment and then like steps back.
He's like, "I have something for you before you go. It is quick, but we were able to do it quickly since we cared so much. As you know, I am a fan of trade and cooperation, collaboration between these different peoples, as we all have strengths that we need, and my predecessor was unable to see these. But I am happy to present you with a relic befitting your reputation here." And he kind of like points out, and you have two cheaps, with wires attached to like a little sheet, and they both fly up, removing the sheet of whatever was uncovering it, right? These beautiful, fat sheep, cheap, fluffy, just gorgeous, right? You can barely see their heads out of their little like feather, almost like they look like cherubs, right? It's a very cherub vibe. They lift the veil, and you see the statue, and it's like it's Colby Jack with like a colonial musket with a bayonet on it, like rushing down Freddy, like and like who's been like almost dramatized, mechanized in almost like full on Mechagodzilla, almost no part of her, being human, and her cat, which is now like characterized by a metal tiger, and they're both like fearful as the bayonets slice through both of them.
I would, and Colby pulls out Mr. Meow. That's not what happened.
It is though. Clearly, we all saw this. This is what we saw. This is what we saw. Truly.
Thank you. Bye.
Get on the boat. You have friends here.
She's just like whispering to Mr. Meow, like, I would never have done something like that to you. That was clearly dramatized and nothing like that. I would never stab you. You're the best kitty.
Your little cutie honey meow. Dinah, I mean, you did speak with Wu earlier, but if you'd like to say anything else, you can. That would be most of your USDI ties, propped up here. Bobby, there are no living Yakuza members in the region here to say your goodbye. It's more so of you feel their presence, but the absence is painful. You knew that they would stood there if it all got resolved in time, but their absence is more powerful than the presence of anybody here for you.
Yeah, maybe Bobby would probably come up and just say, let's all raise our glass a little bit for the homies that couldn't make it, and probably pour out a little bit, get everyone to cheers. And then he'd probably like look over to Baron and say, and also just a personal note, be careful when you're playing pickpocket with a lowlife. Yeah, you know what I'm saying there, buddy?
Oh,
Baron's going to realize he has no Doritos left.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bonus XP for having actual Doritos. I can't even eat mine. And all right, so Baron notices he's missing one of his bag of Doritos, and he just starts like looking through this pouch he keeps on his belt, and he just keeps like pulling out bags of Doritos, like these little tiny ones, and tossing them, and he's like, what?
I had 19 in the air. Now I only have 18. You son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
This is a jumbo pack too.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I didn't even know I had one of those.
And you notice he's digging in the bottom first and pulling out the extra flavored ones. He's not even like working his way to the best. He's going right for the best.
The disrespect.
Those are highly explosive. Watch out.
And then he pops a Tums. It's all good. Here you go. I'm just playing.
Just to show him up, I pull out one of my I open one of my bags, and I do like a cluster bomb, the whole bag, like, and just like level like a cliff face, and now it's like the perfect. I apologize if I'm taking too much creative freedom. Now it's like the perfect climbing wall for the troops so they can train.
It's ridiculous. Like the chicken starts scaling the walls in addition to entering the cave, and they're clearly taking
with a
it as their own.
Dorito.
Ridiculous. That was amazing. I love seeing stuff like that. Yeah, that's obviously bonus points. It's just beautiful.
Dinah just says, right then, Sweet Mum, do you all have some
Yes.
drinks on the ship?
Oh, honey, do I? And then
I
like
thought you were the
these
honey. Let's go then.
this big body of semen just kind of sweeps out onto the poop deck, and with mojitos and margaritas, they start mixing. It's Margaritaville up in here.
Don't step in it.
Everybody's don't step in it.
Got some semen on the poop deck. Don't step in it. Oh, sorry.
The hat counter. The hat is fallen. The hat did not survive the joke. Yeah, they're more than happy to get you. Everybody's getting on the ramp. Everybody's starting to drink. The party's starting. Right. By the way, there will be no downtime on the boat right over. the party doesn't stop with these guys, so no real rest. We will do downtime once we arrive within the European Union. For now, Callie, you and Boyo are kind of like looking at each other longingly. There's something to be said, right? Everybody else is partying, forgetting. All the goodbyes have been said except for this. What happens?
Callie would get, I guess. Yeah, Callie's just gonna be Callie. She's just gonna stand very, very genteel. You don't have to be sad that we're leaving. It's not goodbye. It's just a see you later. I'm sure the friendship that we have forged, I'll see you again. And I have a feeling that I'll be back. She starts to rummage into like one of her petticoat pockets, and she pulls out her FDA badge, which is useless now. If you ever need to find me, you need any kind of help, however minor it is, so her badge is on like one of those like leather strips. She detaches the badge, and on the back of her FDA badge is an inscription of like a different language. It's a bunch of different languages, but because of Dinah and my late fiance, I was gonna try and go straight, but things happen for a reason. And she gives him the badge with a bunch of different other languages on the back. This will tell you exactly how, where, and when to find me. And it's a list of names in different languages. There are 5 names. I think. Pretty sure there are 5 names.
Yeah. Yo voy a traer eso conmigo a cualquier lugar que yo viaje. Anywhere that I go, I will take this with me. Boyo, this like literal super weapon, gives you a hug, and you are surprised that it is like the most gentle hug you've ever received. Both the strongest creature can also give the gentlest hugs, and you really do feel an empathy and a connection, a bond with this particular king of the cocks, who has a special place in his heart for you. Because of all that you've done for him and everything that you've helped defend them with. A mosquito is about to land on your shoulder while the hug is happening, and Boyle kind of like just lunges at it, and like there is no mosquito anymore, but the clouds part, and there is like a mini tsunami with the waves as the force is carried vertically from sky to sea behind you, even splashing water and debris into the cave that Baron had just blown up inadvertently. You hear cluckles in the back as the chickens get wet, and he's like, "Shut up! Can't you see I'm hugging here?" Hat counter.
There's a hat.
His eyes turn red, and he's just he's angry for a second, but he calms down, and he somehow lays you a golden egg.
I will cherish this and take it with me everywhere.
Okay.
And she holds it kind of close to her chest.
With the exchange of bling, that's it. Callie, gives her last goodbyes to Boyle and hops onto the warship as the party cruise begins. Um, Honey Bottom is already like topless, with really small sailor shorts on, just throwing it back, bro. Just really in it. Uh,
Oh goodness, talk about a party bus. I mean boat. Party boat.
All boats are party boats. Never been on a boat before.
All buses are party buses.
Every time I've ever been home. That's true.
if everybody would be so kind to describe a fun activity they would do on said party boat, we will fast forward to our landing spot in the EU. Who would like to go first?
Okay, I can come up with something off the dome.
Use
I'm saying?
what I would suggest is also use your approaches, your quirks, or even the word
Okay.
salad to help come up with something that you might do on a party boat.
Okay, because my character is half baked, he randomly starts like getting together all these weird supplies, almost like MacGyver, and then he just like out of nowhere comes out with this like epic beer bong, and he just starts like going around, forcibly asking people if they want a bong rip, and then he just pours like a huge like stein of beer in there. We'll say he's got one of
Just
the
a-
waiters who's serving the beer, like, or whoever's helping serve the beer. We'll say he's got someone following him, like assisting him, handing him steins of
You
beer
have
that
a
he can
small
dump into
squire?
the top of the funnel. Yes, I have a
You
squire,
have a small
a beer squire. It's a random NPC I
Who's-
recruited.
Whose only purpose is to follow you and yes sir and pour beer
Yes.
into the funnel. Okay,
It's-
so
You got
It's
it.
the Seagull.
Yes.
It's the
Oh, that's it.
sea-
Perfect.
it's the
It's my
seagull.
seagull somehow. We won't talk about the physics behind that, but it's
Your seagulls
happening.
with squad. Yeah, great. He's able to carry it. He's a strong seagull. He can do it. Don't underestimate him. And he's
seagull.
able to pour it all in. Large steins at a time. Probably 2 to 4 steins per talon sets, like per claw.
Yeah. It's held together by duct tape, and it's like,
Yeah, you just
like-
duct tape it to him real quick, but it's safe for his feathers.
yep.
He's able to pour it down. Great. Okay, so you're serving beer.
In style.
and stuff.
On the complete flip side,
Mhm.
even though they're on a party ship, Colby has sort of disappeared into the deepest recesses of the ship, and has like fortified herself into like a hidden layer that she's created. Just going into like her gear where she just can like form these layers that she has, and is very much like trying to like, she's like taken very valuable technology as everyone's like gotten drunk and just like put it into her nest that she's created, and is very much like hoarding as she tries to figure out what is going on next with Montero, and just various she's actually
So
like
you're
working,
laughing?
but
You're laughing,
Yeah,
and then you're
there-
like, just
she-
kidding, I'm acting, and then the straight face.
yeah,
Giancarlo Esposito just
but no, at one point she would want to find Bobby, as she like comes out of her lair for a moment, and ask him like, are you okay to keep coming with us, just leaving South America?
Well, like I said before, between me and you, I got nowhere to be. Kind of keeps me busy,
Yeah, this group is
And you
definitely
notice,
gonna keep you busy.
And you notice, aside from that, he's been busy doing other things while you were fortifying yourself. He's been making his way around the party boat and kind of leaning into his vice and lying to people and partying and stuff. He's got a couple extra new watches and maybe a new chain around his neck. He's been kind of pickpocketing, you know, just being kind of sly, making his way around and just kind of partying, making friends with everybody. But really, alternatively, he's leaning into his vice and being a low life a little, doing what he's good at, leaning into his instincts. But
Okay.
but now, but aside from that, you know, he's kind of settled down when Colby starts talking to him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I was gonna say if that continues, you know, I'd love to see some resist rolls, you know, for that condition. So I mean, you did say you were inviting your trouble. You know, the loneliness has gotten to you, right? So let's actually do something. You will roll a resist roll. It's not for the drinking; it's for the sad drinking, which it's different. It does. So just roll a 1d6 for me, and let's see what you get. This is the amount of appetite you will lose or take a condition. Also, I think we got the frog.
Just a
we
one.
trapped it. Yeah, just a 1d6.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, you lose 3 appetite, but that's fine. You know, you're able to resist it. You're able to resist your trouble and hold back the memories as the possibility of new memories and new friends is right here before you. You're able to take, you know, that first step through the magic door, you know, get on the ramp and party with everybody too. That's beautiful. So Colby and Bobby have that moment. In fact, it would even almost be counted as like a connection. So you feel like your bond has increased a little bit between the both of you.
Yeah.
That plus the conversation you had last session.
You know, Bobby's turning a new leaf. You know, he's making a real connection, a real friend here, not just a mark or something. You know.
Retreat. Always going back to a secret layer.
Yeah, no, that's where the chickens are gonna hide out until they have to, you know, set seas on the, you know, set sail on the open seas and take on their own missions. Dinah and Calliegh, how do you guys want to party?
Dinah's doing
Approaches
karaoke.
that might help. Are there any approaches that might help
Callie
you with
will
your
join
karaoke?
her.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
like,
great.
I don't think there's really an approach. I feel like this is just our like Thelma and Louise thing that we have going.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
we're partners in crime and yeah. So I feel like I don't know. I was thinking like the sweet pea side of things. Like she's like, "Oh, I see that you have there a karaoke machine, and I quite enjoy that activity, and I think Calliegh could also use some karaoke and some fun. So yeah,
You like lean over and reach your hand out to a sad Callie after leaving Boyo, anime intro style with the light, you know, behind you, kind of putting one tuft of hair over, looks up and is like, "Let's go get lit. Let's go to karaoke."
Dinah says, "You remember the time when we were in Tokyo and we did some karaoke together?"
That was the best karaoke I think we've ever done. Even though
Japan
I have
connection.
no idea what I was saying.
Right.
Secret Japan connection.
I didn't either, but it was fun anyway. And I plan to get right drunk enough that we won't know what we're saying now either, even if it's in English.
Oh, yeah, let's do that exactly.
Right then.
As soon as you arrive to the karaoke.
Do we start with Rainin' Men or do we start with the YMCA?
Well, you know how I feel about the village people. They're my people, you know. But there does seem to be a lot of men around here. What was that?
I said, "Oh, they're Irish."
That's so funny.
Everyone's Irish when you've been drinking.
Right?
Oh, that's true.
Um,
Or South Korean.
at the
One or the
same,
other.
you guys get to the karaoke room, and these like Baron's beer delivery system has turned into this like whole pneumatic tube system where you just hear and like two beers appear, with a like little seagull in the background noise going through the tubes. He dropped it, letting you know that it's there, and you guys have your freshly, your beer on draft, free unlimited refills.
Yeah, I think after she gets a certain amount of drunk, just to keep her her high class, but still be enticing with her delicious, she's gonna remove one of her under petticoats, so her dress isn't as floofy as it usually is. Because when you get drunk, you get hot. And she's gonna like start.
You know that song? You know that song "Tequila Makes Her Clothes Come Off"?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's not because she's feeling sexy. It's because she's hot.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Your face turns
That's so
blue, green, orange, all manner of colors as you guys sing through this
But-
epic orchestra.
The whole time, she's still got her golden egg tucked safely in one of her inside pockets.
Inside pockets. Okay.
Yeah, dresses have pockets.
Those are like the best dresses. Like unironically.
I know.
I love
I get
them,
super excited
so.
when I find out that the dress I bought has pockets.
Me too.
As a teacher, same.
Okay. Everybody's enjoying themselves. Everybody's having a good time, bonding, connecting. Baron's creating beer tube systems. When I would say that you're about, maybe a little bit less than a mile, maybe 2 miles off the coast. You can still see what's going on. As you see a fleet of, they've changed the name from Black Hawk to Black Rooster. It is now illicit to have rooster, so it's a little more, deadly, sleek, right? Off limits, verboten, forbidden. So it's a little funner to use that, right? The Black Roosters, armed in their motifs and their accents, about 20 of them come flying from out of the overcast clouds down towards the city, with a kind of speaker system saying, "This is Director Holly Pena, dearies. I own the USDA, and if you think that our business is done here, you are sorely mistaken, as missile silos and barrages start to hit the coast of Quetzaltenango and the pier, as in the distance you use periscopes and binoculars to see the faction leaders splitting. You don't know where it comes from. I mean, you do in your heart, but you can't see it. A clap happens, once again splitting sea and sky, most likely Boyo, destroying about 5 of the 20 Black Roosters, unable to divert from course, immediately responding. The artillery from El Guerrillo starts firing, and there's about 10 batteries that start firing at the Blackhawks as they start exchanging fire. The last one that fires is actually an egg that pops off towards your direction and kind of pops off from fireworks. We got this, right? They were prepared. Like I said, they've been arming, right? They're fully unified, and the USDA does not have a foothold. They're doing a beach invasion style thing, and it's going to be very difficult, for anything to happen there. Then again, at the same time, the director of the USDA has made landfall there, and they were this close to catching you, setting their sights on you, focusing on you, but they have bigger things to deal with. The party dies down a bit as burning buildings, clucking, mortar fire, and all manners of explosions and falling black roosters, are in the mild distance. It's hard for you to really pick up any of it or see perfectly at this point, but it's still enough for you to know that a battle is happening. You can do nothing more than trust them, that they know what they're doing. If the USDA couldn't stop them before, why would they now? But this is, in fact, Holly Benya, the director of the USDA, who ordered this, who had bad blood with Dinah, who doesn't basically is very inaccessible, doesn't care about your excuses, pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of person that just makes your blood boil, right? And she's there, so you can add that to the cork board as a character that you might be interested in for later. Still, though, regardless, the boat continues on. And in about a day, the mood goes back to, we're still at sea, and we still do whatever the hell we want at sea, and the party is back on. I imagine most of you can't help but rejoin. At this point, we're coming up on about the halfway mark for the session. Before we arrive at the new place, let's do. We'll take our break, then we'll do some downtime once we arrive at the European Union, and then we'll bond a little bit on the way to Munich to figure out what our lead was and why we're here. So we'll see everybody in about 15 minutes. So we'll see basically at 10:30, 10:32 around there. So see everybody in just a little bit. Bye-bye. right, so we have arrived in beautiful Germany. Our agents got off at the port, said goodbye to Honeybottom, Vice Admiral of the U.S. Navy, assisting them getting off at the port of Genoa in Italy and traveling north through Milan, Liechtenstein, and eventually entering Germany through its southern border, now arriving in Bavaria. They are close to beautiful Munich, the heart of Oktoberfest here, and unbeknownst to them, the Mercedes bus that they're actually on was in fact an Oktoberfest bus as well. It is somehow double-decker and has floors of drinkers, of smokers, people getting ready in lederhosen, and traditional outfits to get ready for such a beautiful time. Drinks are flowing, everybody's happy, and we arrive with our agents on their downtime, right? So we'll be entering downtime phase now, and just like last time, this is your actual peace, right? There was an attack earlier, you were leaving a war-torn area, but so far you've been partying on a cruise for a couple months, a couple weeks at least. Everybody's feeling great, like, in a way you almost wish you could stay here and kind of leave it off, right? But we will decide what we want to do. Now we can again connect with others on the bus or with our fellow agents in new ways, even by inviting trouble, perhaps, for deeper connections and maybe points on the reverse danger cluck, the success cluck. So that's a fun thing that can happen. We can rest and recover to get rid of conditions and insecurities that we have, as characters by playing them out. Or we can go ahead and work/crack the case, where we try and put a piece of information together or put our heads together to try and roll and figure out information while we are here by, beforehand to make an educated guess about something. So everybody has a choice, but if everybody, or multiple people want to choose the same thing, then we can just do it at the same time. So what do we got?
I would like to choose, emphasis on the chew, to do a little bit of rest and recovery, thematically wise, because I imagine my character is very hungover, but he's going to power through the hangover and basically call around any of his European contacts and start, asking them about Montero's whereabouts here in old Munich.
So that would be cracking the case. Do you want to relax? Do you want to? So that's good. Working the case.
Thematically, I'm relaxing.
But you want to relax. Okay. All right. So maybe both.
But mechanically, I am cracking the case. But I'm doing it with like a non-alcoholic mojito and
sure,
and some vitamin C.
An attendant on the bus who is large enough to have attendants comes and brings you a platter of bratwurst and just hands you a whole tray of potential sausages that you're able to gorge on.
I don't know how to say thank you for the sausage in German, but I'm gonna say it in German. Danke und Würsten.
That's so good.
I don't know.
Thank you for the wiener.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that was right what I said, but it wasn't far off.
No, it's great. It's great. It's great. Okay, so you're trying, right? Baron Hamm is not used to being in the EU, right? But he's having fun, enjoying the local culture, should I say flavor, right? And partaking in the local dishes. Okay, so you'll crack the case. Let's see who else wants to do what, and if anybody else wants to crack the case, you guys can do it together. Who else would like to suggest?
I think Bobby would definitely engage a bit with Baron and the rest that want to crack case. He would probably start it off like, hey, that Honey Bowels guy wasn't too bad, was he? A little party time on the way here, and shake off, blow off a little steam, But I'm gonna be honest, Bobby Bourbon likes the sauce. He likes the vape. He likes the the party side. He likes to focus on acquiring things and but so I'm a little more short-sighted. Not really big on the big term plans. Probably need a little bit of help focusing on exactly what the next plan is. I was kind of passed out there for a little while back there when shit went down. So I'm down to crack the case a bit. Sit back, be a fly on the wall, and figure out what's the next approach here. What are we doing?
Okay, that's 2 for crack the case. Colby, Calliegh, Dinah, suggestions?
Dinah wants to crack the case. But the way that she wants to do it is by going out and drinking with Germans and talking and schmoozing people. So yeah.
All right. Krass. That's cool. Calliegh?
Yeah, Callie wants to. I wanted to do something else, but
What did you want to do? We can do multiple downtown.
I just wanted to make a specific phone call while we were in Europe.
Okay, let's connect. So we can that's doing connect is a good one. And
but I also want to help Dinah schmooze people because
Thelma, you get the Thelma Louise thing.
Yeah, because she can get him
course.
with the friendly old grandma, and I can get him with the, hey, look at me, I look cute in a dress.
Va-va-voom.
Yeah.
Boom! Yes, just like get the head shaking. I just Colby, did you want to connect, crack the case, or rest and recover?
So Colby kind of wants to connect and go with Mama Maple.
Okay.
Because she hasn't spent that much time with her, she feels like, and there's a wealth of knowledge and wisdom there that she needs to tap into.
It's that well-aged bit, for sure.
Yeah, that well-aged.
So,
so seeing that Callie's on the phone, Colby just kind of like waves at Mama Maple. Can I go with you?
Or are you old enough to be drinking, dear?
How old do you think I am?
I'm not sure if I should answer that, considering that the drinking age in the European Union is about 19. Old enough to kill a very bad person, so I'm going to say, sure, you can come along with us.
To drink. If you're old enough to kill, you're old enough to drink, right? Maybe.
I believe that's. I believe
that got really dark.
That's not true, though.
I don't know about that.
I just look this good because I eat healthy in all my vegetables and don't partake in animal products, which prematurely age you. Not saying that that's what you did, but yes, can I come with you?
Whoa!
Yes.
My God!
Shots fired!
Sorry, I mean I didn't mean it like that. I was very passionate about. Okay, I'll follow you quietly.
Right. And so Dinah will take Colby along with her to go drinking. She'll wait for Calliegh to finish with her phone call.
Before they head out, I hand them that brick phone or whatever and say,
take this with you in case something happens.
The Nokia.
Okay, so what I was gonna, the Nokia is amazing.
I get it. It's like
such a fantastic one.
We're not in Italy.
That's a really good one. I gotta get a list of these afterwards. Okay, so essentially we have 2 people wanting to connect, right? It seems like Calliegh and Colby wanting to do the connecting, and Dinah, Baron, and Bobby wanting to do the actual cracking of the case. In order for that to happen, all 5 really do need to be together because we're asking drinkers on the bus what's going on. We're also, Bobby's being a fly on the wall, trying to make sure that he's, listening to everybody, what's going on. Callie's trying to connect.
Yeah, don't
Colby's
split
trying
the
to
party.
connect.
Got it.
Yeah, not even. What I mean is that like it's like almost like
Split the party.
it's like a little Scooby-Doo type situation where you're all like conjoined at the hip, and there's like cartoon
Sounds good.
sound effects, on the carpet, scooting along, and it's gonna happen together. So we'll do rolls for cracking the case first. We'll
Can I
see
just
what we
say
learn.
something?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, it's probably obvious, but what they're doing does not contradict what I wanted to do anyway, because I wanted to meet up with contacts, and they could want to meet me in public,
Exactly. But you're making those phone calls, right? So you're still on we're staying on the bus, right? And you can like ask them to meet you there, but it's just like to establish that, whether like your role will be like whether they make it through, right? So it'll just like everybody who wants to crack the case, let's roll, and everybody who wants to connect, we'll do a different roll. So we'll do crack the case first, right? And then we'll roll. Bobby wants to listen, Baron wants to call contacts, and Dinah wants to, interrogate like these people, right? Or
So I roll
ask them.
my charm, right?
Whatever attribute you feel like is most pertinent, right? And then what I would ask is that try to give me an approach, or maybe how you can work your quirk into that to make it a little smoother, right? If you feel like you can come up with it.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
what's
use
up?
saccharin.
You go ahead first.
I was gonna use saccharin because they can't
Mhm.
ignore me. So to start a drinking competition, and get these busgoers good and drunk, and then ask them questions. And I was thinking of using Tough Cookie to win the competition and Sweet Pea to get them to want to talk with me. But I was gonna roll for charm, and I increased my charm on my last level up, so now I have 3 dice in charm.
Okay.
And
Amazing.
Can I
Uh-huh.
assist in that by handing her some potent drinks that make people, open up and tell the truth?
Okay, so you start passing out the drinks. Yeah, the no roll required with the drinks. You start passing them out. That's gonna take you from a standard or a risky position down to an in control position. So very little backfire if anything happens because they're a lot more pliable, a lot more amenable to hey, what's your whole story about everything ever? And they're like, oh, I've been waiting to tell somebody, and that they gush about it. Okay, so roll for me. Okay, a 5 is
Oh,
5 is pretty good.
I was gonna ask if
Uh-huh.
instead of rolling, if I can use my hands-on and just be the yin to Dinah's yang.
And so, please elucidate that wonderful perk. It sounds like it's very useful here.
Hands-on. When you join someone as a partner during downtime, you don't provide the normal D6 benefit. Instead, your protag receives a +1 result level to their activity.
Okay, so it was going to be standard effect. Now it is great effect. Bobby has reduced the position to in control to make sure nothing bad happens, and Calliegh has increased the results of it. Being that yin, right, and just kind of being the shadow, always behind, giving a witty comment. And please engage if you.
I give Bobby like a high five for our double team with Dinah.
Dinah, you start asking, right? You got your crew, you got Bobby and Calliegh, up against this, going through the bus asking. So we'll just go like quick fire questions. Dude number 1, how does that what questions did you like to ask this particular person?
Well, I thought we would do like an actual drinking competition. I was really excited to line everybody up.
Oh my god, everybody, you're calling everybody down. Okay, so you start, how do you get everybody's attention with your saccharin?
Yeah, they can't ignore her.
Right then, I heard this was a party bus, and we're going to start the party. And she says, my man here, Baron, he's going to start a soften and ice drinking competition. And Colby will be after him, and Calliegh will be after her, and then I'll be the boot. And Bobby will be the person pouring. Because he's got the truth.
Bartender
drinks.
Bobby Bourbon, add another beat in the name.
Yeah, I'll make sure. And I'll make sure our team has, just regular drinks, and obviously everybody else has my special concoctions.
You can't handle my strongest potions. Calliegh, okay, so you help out with that, and Colby, you wanted to kind of watch, Dinah in action and kind of connect with her. Did you say something to her prior to the table kind of getting together, getting ready for this competition?
Schnitzel.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
You said you were old enough to drink, dear. I think you've got it. And besides, you're after Baron and before me. You'll be fine.
Something's gonna happen. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to interpret the word guts literally in this competition.
You kind of put your finger up to your ear, and everybody's starting to get ready to get together. You take this moment to take your calls out, right, and maybe get some information that might cause you to interrupt this beer contest with dramatic flair. What attribute do you choose to roll with this? And this would be a I'd say in control. Going off the previous one, I'd say this is an in control position, and I'd say this is a great effect since you're reaching out to old contacts. You have a perk or a quirk that might help you.
I would think an approach. I was thinking that you're talking to me, right? I just want to make sure, otherwise I'm just running.
Yeah,
around.
no,
Okay.
You're good, Baron.
I've been getting a lot of business related emails and text messages tonight, so I apologize.
No worries.
100% here. Okay, so I was thinking maybe that this is a bold thing that I'm doing, because a lot of these people probably either A, don't like me, or B, I've only ever barely interacted with. Because like you said, when I first rolled in, I don't come to the EU very often. So my character hasn't bothered learning any other languages, He just knows gruff man English. And so he's just here boldly contacting people that probably don't even like to ask them for information without expecting to have to pay them or anything. He's a hot shot, He just expects people are going to tell him what he wants to know. So is that a good rationale for it being bold?
Yeah, and so I mean, you're already showing it because you're putting yourself out there. Everybody's screaming, trying to do something else, and you're like, "Hey, listen!" He's really trying to.
It's much like the guy on the phone during Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze, whenever Vanilla Ice is performing ninja rap. And he's trying to call it in and say that there are some Ninja Turtles there. So, he's at a club, he's on the phone. Anyway, sick reference, bro. I know. Don't worry about it.
That's actually beautiful. I really want to see that now.
And so, yeah, good scene. Go watch it. Yeah, so I'm gonna roll dice now, and I'm gonna stop talking. I've been drinking, so drink responsibly. All right, I'm gonna roll 4 dice. I'm gonna roll 4. That's how many guts I have. Ooh, I rolled a 5.
Yep, you did roll a 5. Okay, that's perfectly fine, right? It is a success. You're in control. I'd say that you get a single condition, right? So you're Baron's been drinking a lot. What condition do you think would be most applicable to Baron, right?
Impulsive.
For drinking, impulsive. Okay, so you're leaning into it. You're bold. You're cool. You're doing whatever you want. You're like, yeah, whatever. There are no bad.
I'll agree to most whatever they ask, like in return for the information.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just yeah. Yeah, you just going through it. You're just completely.
Of course.
Whatever.
Of course,
whatever
I got your
happens.
back. I got your back.
Okay. You get a call from a couple people, and you know them to be part of the Deutsche Brauerbund, and this is like the basically the German Beer Federation, right? And it's like this national guild of brewers, right? That represent the strongest power that that Germany has to offer when it comes to their brews, right? This is I would say almost in a local sense, they are as powerful as the FDA. Okay, and
What?
you speak with a couple of your friends who are part of the security force for the Deutsche Brauerbund at Oktoberfest, right? Because there's increased traffic, there's increased people, and the confusion, you're able to kind of get a little through that, right? They tell you that there's been a string of disappearances recently at Oktoberfest. Bodies,
Someone put that on the
but
board.
more importantly, beer. There is almost no beer at Oktoberfest.
What?
The kegs and barrels are empty. The festivals and initial days are being delayed. It's a little bit of a scandal, but they're trying to keep it under wraps, citing bird flu panini shenanigans.
There's no damn chicken and beer, especially not in Germany.
I mean, no, it's a valid reason, but currently it's leading to what seems to be some supply issues, and the people are restless, from what I'm understanding.
Okay, so people are going missing, and there's no beer for Oktoberfest. If someone could strap that on the old corkboard. I again have crappy internet, and I'm struggling as it is, so I don't have access to it. But yes,
so that's you learn. You return from your call, after kind of piecing these together, to see Bobby pouring drinks, Calliegh being, the devil to Dinah's angle. Colby is there, right? Trying to, as worry warding, making sure that everybody's okay, right? Hey, is this legal? Are we allowed to do this? Is there jurisdiction? And you return to a scene where Dinah is starting to outdrink some fools under the table. Dinah, this is your chance to really start asking questions. The general populace here, the blood and salt and barley of this weedy earth, on their way to beer heaven, hopefully.
Okay, so Dinah would know what to ask, but I, the player, have no idea. So, anyone want to help me out here? What should Dinah be asking?
Baron, you can start off by giving some information about what you just learned and letting that kickstart some discussion. Give a little crisis note.
I muted myself instead of unmuting myself. Ha ha ha.
Well, it looks like we've got some problems here. As always, we've got something we might want to address. That might not be what we came here for originally. Some people are missing. But more importantly, there's no beer at Oktoberfest.
Wait,
that
what?
could destabilize this whole damn country. Yeah, not enough for the expected crowd. But yes, also people going missing, which could be
missing people. What? But no beer at Beer Fest or whatever. What?
Yeah.
Shit.
That's kind of stupid.
That's serious.
Doesn't make sense to me either.
Then where did all this come from on the bus?
Oh.
Dinah points to Bobby.
Oh.
Baron holds up his phone.
I talked to a few friends of mine at the
Your friends?
whatever the hell they're called, beer national. They're basically like the FDA, but for beer here. Because you see, not too long ago, you could only have like a few ingredients in German beer, and they were enforcers. They made sure that shit stayed in order. But now, I'm not even sure what they do. Beer laws have relaxed a bit. So, but yeah, contacted a few of my friends there, and they let me know some shit's up. They probably because they know I'm a problem solver. But yeah,
Right. That's
what the hell
definitely
are you
why
laughing
they
about?
told you.
Sorry.
I don't see what's so fucking funny, Colby. Anyway,
Nothing. Nothing.
yeah,
Ham. Nothing.
all right. Is beer even vegan? What are you here for?
Is beer even vegan? There is vegan beer.
Why didn't you ask yourself that question one more time? Is beer vegan?
I don't know. I don't know what's vegan. Ham isn't vegan, right?
No.
All right. And then it just
Fair
like,
enough.
but yeah, we got some shit to solve.
Okay. So, beer disappearances, people angry. If that helps Dinah figure out what best to ask.
Thank you for
Okay, so Dinah's
TLDRing.
going-
What is that?
Dinah's gonna turn. Dinah's gonna turn to the nearest person and say, did you hear about the missing people and the missing beer? And it's not a joke. I'm not setting up for a joke. I heard there was some people missing.
Yeah, most of us don't want to come, but the ones that do want to come, I don't know, we just go there this year for the sausage and not really for the beer because it's all gone, you know. And he takes a swig. I just feel like, you know, they just dropped it. The DBB, the Deutsche Brauerbund, you know, they've dropped it. They got EMA helping them out this year, and that is a new article as well, a faction. The European Medicines Association. That is the actual EU's equivalent to the FDA. And in fact, maybe even more powerful with the extent across European nations that it has, right, as this decentralized superorganism, whereas the FDA is, you know, is just for the U.S. Before the Panini, the EMA did have less power, and they weren't able to enforce certain things or by themselves approve certain medications. That is no longer the case in this, new these new politics, how they've affected the European Union. They've decided to give them the same amount of power, the same amount of oversight as the FDA has had, right? And it's been a big deal. Oktoberfest is a big thing. So this first drunkenly man goes on to tell you about how the EMA uh, and the DBB are working together to provide security for Oktoberfest, but there is some tension between these two factions, right? That he is, one is local and one is about beer, and that's really what they care about, right? It's they have ancient traditions, histories, right? Methodologies for dealing with the liquor, with the beer, and the EMA feels like they know what's best, import it into a certain place, right? Or use it wherever they feel like it's needed. They feel like it's like Baron was saying, it's leading to a decrease in the quality of the beer, right? Now that they've become more lax with it. However, more security can't really mean a bad thing, right? Maybe. So, going on with the first person, there are two more. Calliegh and Colby can, kind of hop in here if you feel like you want to get some connections in. Kind of ask. Now that Dinah has, oh, by the way, I should point out this person is like, he's drinking Bobby's stuff. You know what that means? Like 3 glasses in, like it's over. Falls asleep, right? Honks out, hits his head right on like a little bit of the metal pipe. They grab him and put him on, and quickly tend to the bump that's formed on his scalp.
Callie would probably go to the next person while Dinah's talking to one of the others, kind of asking the same questions. So what do you know about people going missing and there not being enough beer for Oktoberfest? Like, why even go to a beer fest for no beer?
That was my twin brother. You know, don't mind him, but it is true.
Your brother stole all the beer?
Man, I didn't think about that. Kind of like takes a moment in silence, pauses. No. Listen. We don't know what's going on, but you know what? There's desserts everywhere. Everybody's always eating food, okay? And they keep finding gelatin at the last places that we saw these people. Blue, red, orange, green, doesn't matter, but always jelly. Always gelatin. Now,
At least it's
not even
something
that
vegan,
good.
Colby.
Gelatin's not vegan.
Gelatin's
shit.
not vegan.
This is so confusing.
Do you know how they make gelatin, Baron?
Out of jelly plants.
Colby hops in. The vegan
Jelly.
lessons begin.
I thought that's where jelly
Bone
beans
marrow.
came from.
Animal bone marrow, Baron.
Well, maybe they should stop calling them beans then. Confusing for some of us.
Yeah. You boil skin and tendons and ligaments and water. And that's how you make gelatin. It's not vegan.
That sounds delicious.
Where was the last place that you've heard that there was gelatin found?
Someone's sick and sadistic.
No. It was actually at one of the biggest tents, right? And it's the Schattenhammel. And this is one of the, like, basically the largest tents that you see initially upon entering the Oktoberfest compound. Basically fairgrounds, which is huge outside of, like, basically outskirts of Munich. And it's always around basically where young people hang out, college-age students, and they're more likely to just kind of, I wouldn't say get into mischief, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, let's hang out, let's have a good time, let's go drinking. And then they disappear, and they just find these calling cards of gelatin, kind of slurced around whatever grass that they were sitting on, or, you know, melted, sometimes in shapes of animals even, but inanimate. Sometimes with body parts or the head destroyed, but it's gelatin.
See, Dido as a character knows what this is, but I don't know if Callie does.
Hype. So these details are really the ones that you extract from most of the people around here, as the bus inevitably starts to pull up at the location. You do
Bobby,
get a chance
your
to discuss.
drinks are amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I should bring you with me on jobs more often.
Scary thing is, I think a power like that shouldn't fall into the wrong hands, and I'm not really sure what to think about your hands. So far you've
I
used
think
it
his
wisely.
hands
though.
look pretty
Like
alright.
his hands have been
The
helpful.
hands. What's it got to do with the hands? Whoa! What?
Bobby would reach over to Brandon. Smell my finger. Never mind.
Oh, all right.
Hey, gotcha.
We're playing that kind of game now, huh?
Okay.
I come
Your
from the
hands are
60s,
quite
bub.
nice, Bobby.
It just pans up close up of the hands. Some 360 rotation, just every detail.
Perfect cinematography.
Yeah, perfect 4K capture of the hands. upon arriving
Well.
roughly to the area, you do have a moment to speak with each other about what you've learned as we wrap up downtime and enter. Essentially, we'll start free play today, continue free play into next session, and then finish up the investigative and the action phases as well next session as you kind of put what you've learned together and start making assertions about what's going on. For now,
Cool.
you arrive and you see like what seems to be a normal Oktoberfest. Parades, zoos, horse races, fireworks, ribbons everywhere, bands. The Alliance Arena, which is where they play, soccer, is lit up in Oktoberfest colors, right? Or like in Bavarian flag colors, which is blue and white, striped, or I should say like kind of almost like cross weaved, and it's just gorgeous, right? It's just a display of this international flavor. You see people carrying huge steins of beer. There is beer, right? It's not like there's none, but you see that some people are being kind of kept outside while others are, into the tents and kind of actively participating. The day is a Monday, so it has, that they generally start on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays. So it's been on for at least a day or two, maybe 3-ish potentially. So that's what we arrive to, right? Where we can discuss it before we go on.
I would definitely let them know about the gelatin and the animals. The animal-shaped gelatin, is that what he said? That's what it sounded like.
It's all
and
animal-shaped
the
gelatin, though, right?
Some of it is. Oh no, that's awful. I just got
Just gelatin in general.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
So
Yep.
And the Schottenhamel, is that what you said? The big tent
Indeed,
where people are disappearing?
Indeed, is the big tent, people disappearing, college-age students. Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can check
That's the
that
last-
area.
Yeah. Colby's looking at that horse race. We should free them.
How about we figure out why these people are disappearing, and then we can free the animals.
Or we could free the animals first and then worry about people, because people.
Or we could solve the
I mean,
beer
we gotta
problem.
figure out who's using this gelatin.
So,
Let's figure that out.
yeah, Baron, what was the suggestion?
I'm with Baron. We solved the beer
solve the beer
problem.
problem.
And hope that by solving that, we solve the people problem.
Yeah. Where the beer is, the people will definitely show up. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah.
If there's one
Let's get
thing
some
Bobby
beer.
Bourbon
So-
knows.
Was Bobby having, what's your supply like right now with alcohol? Is that going to put a target on your back? Like, rile up the
Possibly. I mean,
masses to kind of take all your liquor?
Maybe if you don't talk about it out in public like this, Jesus Christ.
People do look around. they're
You
like, "Oh, my
smell
goodness,
like
nice
a liquor store, so I think
He pulls out some cologne, just starts like, what? Little body axe spray.
A guard comes up to you real
Middle
quick.
school.
Looks to be EMA. Wearing a thick suit and kind of asks you, "Is there any ethanol in that spray?"
Oh no, that's all vegan, something or rather, whatever. He kind of like looks at
Something
Colby.
like that.
yeah, completely vegan, all organic, no GMOs, the best kind of cologne.
Oh, good.
He can tell you where he
Cruelty
got it.
free.
No. I
Cruelty-free,
believe
because that's
you.
how it has
No,
to be vegan.
Nobody would lie about such a thing. I believe you. It's okay. No, we're trusting here. It's an honor system. Anyway, have a wonderful day. And he kind of scoots
You
off,
too.
drinking his little float, and you're like, yeah, bye. Unfazed by anything happening, Bobby makes it out. no narking for Bobby.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there ethanol in that spray?
So at this point, you can kind of, maybe kind of go to the tent to figure out what's going on. Go to maybe different tents, ask people around here, or actively try, or somebody can roll if they'd like to search, at whether they want to use a flashback to try and remember something about Oktoberfest if they've been here in the past. If they would like to use a perk to maybe incentivize any kind of scenes, or if they wanted to use a quirk to get in some, to manipulate or affect somebody in some way, right? There are plenty of ways to handle this. It's kind of seems split between people and beer, but also a consensus that they're almost the same thing. What do we?
I would just like to reiterate that Baron's opinion doesn't really matter because he's like kind of a dense. I'll use the word dense. I feel like that's the least ableist of ways I can describe him. Yeah. So don't listen to him. You can listen to Bobby if you want. I mean, I wouldn't, but make your own decision on that.
Cool. Okay.
I mean, maybe if we follow the lead of the security and some of these people and manipulate it a little, I could totally dig in. They have to buy everything I say. Could lie to them a little bit, do a little interrogating, or just go investigate the tents or something. But I mean, my first instinct is just to kind of do whatever it takes to track down some beer so everything can get back to normal,
Yeah, but with questioning people, we should probably not depend on your substances quite as much, since I don't know how you'll be able to refill.
Yeah, we don't want an angry mob following us for some, whatever you got.
Might have to
Whatever.
No, but I think
way.
no, exactly. I'm thinking I'd take a different approach and get a little shady. I got a shady perk here where if I dig in, people buy whatever I'm saying. We could lie to some
regardless of
here,
drink.
like we're an authority figure, and tell them we're in charge of some shit. I don't know. Get them to tell us something that way.
So
It seems to be
usually
more to you than I thought.
Yeah, your drink usually makes people spill their secrets, but now you're choosing to forego the drinking, and you're just going right. Fine, I'll do it myself, and you just you lie to them, you gain their trust, you get them to open up, and then there you go. All right, so
I got no problem
let's
with
try
lying.
this. You got a problem?
Yeah, me neither.
I said I've got no problem with lying.
Oh, okay, great, okay.
Well, how do you want to approach this? Maybe we find security or somebody again, and maybe that guy who was asking about the spray or something, and maybe telling him like, in fact, we're, I don't know, some authority. What was that European something or rather? We're higher up in the chain of that, investigating something. I don't know, and just get him to tell us what he knows.
That sounds perfect.
Wow.
Yes and no.
I mean,
I mean,
sorry.
That did not come. I did not feel like it came out perfect, but all right, let's.
No, if we're saying that we're part of some kind of government organization, people like regular people might not open up. I think it might be best if we are just regular goers, because then maybe we'll become a target.
I mean,
for
we want to
these
maybe, like you're saying, like make ourselves bait. You mean like maybe try to get ourselves taken and work this shit from the inside out?
Ooh.
I mean,
There's so many options.
The inside, working from the inside out is usually the way I work.
That's what she said. I mean, literally, she's just said that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I did.
That wasn't that good.
I'm a corn
beer.
dog.
Because I can get.
So then who would be the bait?
I was like,
Not it.
I mean, it was my idea. I'm probably the most unassuming of all of us, and the most, well, probably the second most deadly, but look at Colby. She looks kind of deadly.
Yeah, let's send. Hey, I got an idea.
I don't like you
There's
going in
nothing-
alone, though.
There's nothing more. There's nothing that makes more sense than a couple of white girls going to Europe for vacation. So let's send Colby and Calliegh in.
With their grandmother?
Even better, yeah. Because
But,
pretty sure
I mean,
I'm gonna stand
didn't-
out
didn't-
regardless.
They say that they were
Formation.
taking like college-age students.
I got
can-
an idea. I got an idea here. All right. I use my special skills of being shady. I really dig in where they gotta believe me. I tell them I'm in charge higher up. I need to take you all in for the procedure or whatever's going on. Maybe get
Wow.
him to take you all in or something along those lines.
Uh-huh.
We just get an escort right up to where we need to go. I mean, once we get there, I don't know what we do then. This shit might hit the fan, but I think this might work to get us in.
I can make us look like college age.
I'll be armed and ready regardless.
Well, I don't
Holds
think
up his
there's enough
bag of
makeup
Cool
in the
Ranch.
world to make you look college-aged.
Or Baron.
If I'm not mistaken, I actually do think that Calliegh's makeup can do it.
Yes, it can. My makeup
Well,
can.
So-
depends on the makeup.
In this one instance, you will regain, what you look like prior, right? Whatever
Yeah,
that
as
be,
soon as
but-
I'm painted up with that makeup, I'm gonna look over to Calliegh and just whisper,
Hey, can you do this to me every day? I kind of dig it.
I mean, sure.
Oh, how I've longed to be young again.
So we have college-age Bobby, Colby, Dinah, Baron,
Sure,
and
your
Calliegh.
back still hurts.
Not me, right?
Uh,
I don't want to be.
Oh, it's
Oh,
It's
yeah,
killing me.
not you. The others painted up. You escorting them. Using.
Can she?
Use.
Cal, can you make me look a little more professional though? Maybe a little less low
Ooh.
life and a little more,
Oh, yeah, you know what? Give me
corporate
just
ladder.
one
You know,
second.
something like that maybe.
a little less like a
Yeah, so-
douchebag.
Wait, what?
Alright,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
what-
saying again, this ham is extra salty tonight.
It's great. Yeah, I love it. I saw it. It's so
I'm
good.
hungover.
Again, all these flavors in
Can't
the
drink
world,
at
and
the
you
same
choose to be
time. Let's
salty.
go.
I got a specialty professional palette. All right? You just come sit right here. We'll get you going. I start first putting this, it's not gel, but this like vegetable-based oil in his hair. And so how he usually has that pompadour, it just slicks over. So it's just like that side part. And then she starts with the blush.
Yeah.
And then
so
she
you
completely removes all of his facial hair, but he just has
Wow.
this like really like, it just looks like very like 5 o'clock shadow, like professional
I don't
facial
know if
hair.
this overlay will work. We'll try it for a second, but it might not. A little bit of a business.
Yeah, there we go.
almost
love
unrecognizable.
If
know,
I'm real
this
This
still.
is perfect.
If I'm real
It's
still.
business, Bobby. Call me
The
business.
fact that it
Bobby
looks so
Bourbon.
crappy
It's your
is
service.
extra good. So just let it look
Yeah,
crappy.
I know.
Right?
Let me just fix my tie here.
You walk up, you look super dapper, completely unrecognizable.
Do
You
I?
have these like college students.
Yes.
You have these college students with you
Yeah,
that you're like. taking
Callie's
up.
kind of like giggling on his arm, kind of like in that like college, ooh, I think I just found me a rich man.
Yeah,
You kind of
yeah,
got
oh
the
my
whole
God.
like 3 little people in a business suit vibe going, but it works.
the stereo, yeah. You just got the stereotypical college students, and the disguised person, right? Just in here. What what they do is that they just look at you kind of weird, and they're okay, but we have to follow every lead, whatever, right? Bobby, please roll an in control and position with a great effect whatever attribute you'd like to use, and then tell me you're already using Calliegh's quirk to help out. But if there's any approach do you think would tone your statement?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with charm because I plan on using that shady perk and digging in, so he has to believe everything I say, right?
Mhm.
So
That
it's
is
kind of
true.
that
So
shady
2
charm
appetite.
sort of thing.
Yeah, so 2 appetite. You've used 7. That means you have 2 left. You do get the 6. You get the full success, which is great. So you have 2 appetite left, including your 1 extra max from earlier after getting retweet bonus, which was great. Um, so they believe you, right? Essentially, and they're like, okay, you know, fine, you know what's going on. You must be the damn kids messing with this gelatin all the time, and I can't take it anymore. And they're like wiping off like residue, like just all this jelly, off and just kind of throwing it on the ground. Um, I don't know who you are. You must work for the DBB, but you seem like you really know what's going on. We're EMA, right? But if you ever want to change a pace and you want to work with us, the EMA, the true power here in the EU, you should start practicing with us now. So how about you join us for some exercises and stay with us, and kind of we'll see that they get processed.
Well, that's exactly why I'm here. I'm trying to bring them as kind of an offer, and let's get them in. Let's get them processed or whatever needs to happen. And just out of character, obviously, I don't know exactly the details of it, but Bobby would probably try to lean into the, I've brought these people to be part of kind of what's been happening with missing people and, that whole fiasco, like, acting like I know what's going on, obviously.
You pass off perfectly, right? And I mean, they know they believe you, right? They want you to come with them, and when they'll kind of like process, the people you've brought in, right? While you kind of learn a little bit behind the scenes with them. So you can kind of take this opportunity to maybe infiltrate a little bit further and split the party a little bit. You go with them and kind of one-on-one talk with them for a little bit, or you kind of, hey, no, I want to look after my, these people that I'm arresting, right? And you want to stay with them. That would be, you wouldn't be able to get any extra info out of them, but you'd still stay with the party, and kind of get back to, to kind of figure out what's going on in like, I guess, the constable tent, that they have. There's a big security force, and this seems to be like the task center for all of it. So if you'd need to, um, talk with others, or kind of overhear secrets, impersonate others, manipulate them with drinks, this would be the place to do it. So
yeah, I probably wouldn't split off because, like I said, Bobby's just kind of short-sighted with trying to help situations, but he's definitely not the leader of cracking the case and things like that, So I don't know. He probably wouldn't feel as comfortable sliding off by himself to try to figure things out. He'd probably feel a bit vulnerable and out of his element. So he'd probably stay with the group. Say something along those lines, like, no, I need to stay with the people I brought in, make sure everything goes smooth. I'm just, I'm still in supervisor mode. I can't help it, but
Okay. All right. No, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. Like I said, when you're done with the, with the DVB, just, hit me up and we'll see what we can do to get you in. But the reckoning's coming, for you in this agency, right? If you don't get out of here, man, that's what I'm trying to warn you. But it's fine. I understand. He backs off, right, and kind of goes out back to the field to look for more wrongdoing. And now you're really just in this like 3-story tent, basically, only for what seems to be a joint center between the EMA and the Deutsche Brauerbund, right? This National Guild Association for just breweries, and they seem to be managing it together. It's mostly clerical workers with a little bit of security forces. The 5 of you, Colby, Dinah, Baron, Calliegh, and Bobby, are all together. What would anybody like to do with this particular thing?
All right, I got us in. Try to figure some shit out.
Colby, you're good. You're good with those computer things. You were able to get that flash drive, right? From the undercave?
Yeah.
You think you could get whatever information they have here on their database on whatever's going on here?
I bet if we find that the main computer room, where they, instead of like these things, she like motions towards the office, we could probably hack into the mainframe and get any information that we need.
I think that'll be the best place to start here.
Less people sitting at desks. Colby's, is there like a plaque on the wall with like a map that shows like the layout of the building or anything?
Yeah, there's like a little fire escape, map that shows you,
Yeah.
know, how to get in and get out. It's a temporary structure, so they need to make sure that that everybody's like comfortable. But it seems to be lunchtime. Suddenly you hear it seems to be about noon. You hear ringing, several cowbells, as everybody, a large portion of people start to shuffle out, and start to feast on the food, at least that still stays right in each of the tents. You get your copious mountains of thick, fully cooked grilled sausage, just real homegrown bratwurst, fried sauerkraut, the pretzels, the rye, the whole 9 yards, right? And everybody gets exactly what they want. And it's delicious, right? With rationed beer that gets to be taken out. So I will say that's a perfect way to do it. Colby can use the machinery to get in. Another thing that happened last session that might be relevant is that Dinah created a shield that was super effective out of sweets. It is not the only thing that being a Kriosakar can make. In fact, you can make an entirely new computer out of your sweets and plug it in maybe. Like if you copy the structure of it, it may be a little easier. So I'll say that going with Colby's idea will provide because hacking will get you right into the mainframe, but it's more difficult and you might be detected. That one would be I'll say a risky position with a great effect. And I'll say that Dinah's would be an in control position with a standard effect, right? Because the computer would be made, but you'd still have to interface with it and access it rather than, full on splicing it. We can go with either. We can also do devil's bargains, or we can do lending a hand or digging in if anybody has any perks that are applicable to. This is where everybody's kind of high level, so there's always like interactions and stuff that can happen, which we're already doing. But I wonder if there's anything else.
I mean, I think it'd be best Dinah to make the computer for Colby to use, while Bobby and I are the lookout and the distraction.
Okay, so this
have
is
my laptop.
So the security guard, Bobby, business Bobby, or Bobby business, and Calliegh, who's still a college-aged looking Belle caricature.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is holding the line with their brand of hijinks, while Dinah and Colby work out using the maybe both together. Okay, so we'll do Dinah or Colby can roll and the other can assist, and Calliegh or Bobby can roll and the other can assist. Again, devil's bargains, perks, digging in or lending a hand does apply. some of those don't stack, but just tell me what you want to do, and we'll see if we can figure it out. As for
Sam, you roll.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I
and
rolled
then you can
terribly.
choose. You can choose what stat you'd
I-
like to use. Bobby.
No, I think
Versus Bobby.
if I help lead the distraction, I could use instinct, which gives me 3 dice. Because I'm a low life, I'm good at distracting and doing shady shit, you know. Unless
Okay.
Callie has a better idea
That
to lead
works
that
for
off,
me
I'm down to
because
back it up.
it's actually better if you roll, because if you roll badly, I can do not today. And kind of protect us
Okay.
from anything bad that could happen.
And she basically, like, Callie can tank the resistance
Alright,
roll,
let's do it.
which she's been doing great on so far, so she has most of her appetite. Whereas you're kind of low on appetite, Bobby, so that's perfect. She'll be like your healer.
And I
here we
recover
go.
appetite from that, so.
Appetite healer. Yeah, everybody gets a helping back. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, Bobby, let's start with the distraction, right? So roll, and then we'll see how you do. This will be an in control. I'll say this is a risky position with a standard effect. You have a partial success. I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 chicken leg, 1 danger cluck on the board, and at the same time 1 condition to either Bobby or Callie. Bobby,
dare you.
let's play through it, and we'll see who is who it makes more sense to give the condition to.
Is she supposed? Isn't she backing it up though? Isn't she rolling? Couldn't that help?
No, I'm not rolling, but I have a not today, which protects us from the consequences.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
if you would
To
have failed,
resist
if you
the
had gotten
yeah.
like if you would have gotten a 3 or less. So actually, you can still do that, Callie. But yeah, basically, like if it would have been worse, like it would have been
Yeah,
like, for
no, I
sure.
get
But it's not
I think
still-
Callie would still
it's still-
take the.
Yeah.
I think she would use the not today, but instead of resisting the consequences, I think she would just take the condition.
Okay, solid.
I
And you get an
think-
appetite back.
Yeah, I get an appetite back. I think she would probably she'd probably take the manipulative condition from this.
Okay, so you're trying to manipulate them into thinking you're college age or not, and then you get a condition that exemplifies that in you. Bobby, let's hear this example. How do you low life as Bobby business? How do you want to distract them? And then Callie will jump in and do something manipulative.
I guess I'd probably go to security and gather them up, and say, why don't you check it out? She's been showing interest in possibly stepping up first and I don't know, being first example or first in line here. But I was just wanting to get kind of a consensus of all security here of what they think. Just try to get everybody's opinion. Let's go down the line. I'd like everybody to kind of just take a look here and, just manipulate them into putting all focus onto her.
And basically throws you under the bus. Works extremely well. They latch onto you, and then you over manipulate, having to play a part for so many people. How do you manipulate them, Callie?
These are the security guards.
Yeah, this is like the whole security team. It seems like Bobby Business has rounded up.
He's trying to get me arrested, right? I just want to make sure I understand.
Just put you up to scrutiny. I wouldn't say necessarily trying to get just trying to put the focus on you, so that afterwards Dinah and Colby can do their thing and and really
Yeah,
impact the
I might have done a few things with some gelatin in my time. And I don't know, maybe I brought some red stuff. Maybe I did a few too many Jello shots. I could have made that mess.
You're just like, what? It could have been me. I love gelatin. You're just like you're just constantly talking about things that would get you, you know, in the hot water, with the security.
Like I'm sure.
team.
I mean, she's really good at manipulating people, but I think in this she would put like a lot of like where people would just be like,
I don't know. I don't know about this. Yeah. Okay. For sure. So they're really, you know, you have their attention. It's worked. You do get the manipulative condition from having to put on so much of a part. Dinah and Colby.
It's hard pretending to be a college kid when you're in your late 30s.
Yeah, like, you know, the pimples are out, the acne. You know, you're like, I don't know. She's a little more mature than she's letting on. Like, I think she, I think she's you know, just misunderstood. Just needs some help. You know, and they kind of start to. Yeah, they're really you know, like, no, it's okay. You know, it's not about the gelatin. Like, they're just almost trying to comfort you at this point. It's working. You feel bad about it.
It's not about the gelatin. What is it about? Real tears, well, fake tears, but
yeah.
they're
Got the onion wash. Colby, Dinah said you preferred Colby to roll. Which, you know, between the both of you, your quirks, perks, approaches, what would you use to help each other out?
I will get some snacks out of my bag and make something useful. I've got my little butterscotchies and some like chocolate chip granola bars and making some kind of, I don't even know, you guys. This is not my area of actual real life expertise. But yeah, I'll build her something to make that will be useful. Okay.
That's fine, right? So we'll just go with the original idea that, you know, that you model, you know, you don't know what's going on, so you just copy, you just mimic, right? So you straight up make a computer purely out of butterscotchies, down to the atomic level, where even the circuitry of the butterscotch is channeled in such a way, and the material is so thin in certain areas.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. So between a combination of Twizzlers and butterscotches, that, you know, to make conductive parts, and it's like a fully functioning computer. It's running Dinah OS. You know, there's like a maple leaf on it when you boot it up, but apart from that, it is, you know, basically a copy of the same hard disk drive, so that the CD even you know, it's even the same copy of its memory pings. It does still require some access to get through. This is going to bring it down from desperate all the way down to in control, previously from a position. Let's see what the effect will be based on what Colby can bring to this fire.
Colby will pull on gloves before she touches this sticky computer concoction that Maple has created, as well as like sort of pull out her own laptop, which she will somehow plug into this confectionery creation.
Masterpiece. It squelches a bit as you touch it. It does, like, it just squelch a bit, but I mean, it's working.
Yeah. She's surprised that it's working. She wasn't sure if Mama Maple knew how to use a computer, but she didn't say that out loud. I wonder if I could use Smooth Criminal for this.
Okay, it sounds pretty applicable. Let's go take a look. What does that do?
I mean, usually it's for stealth and sabotage, to like sabotage something or cause a distraction. But I'm wondering if she could kind of use that to, as she's like hacking into the mainframe, to sort of kind of hide her tracks. She's like causing destruction within the frame to like start deleting files and stuff as she's uploading them onto herself, so that these people lose the information that they had already, to like just kind of just cause mass confusion.
Okay, this is ideal, and this is a super important role. Okay, so I will say that this will be great effect. Dinah has completely neutralized any danger by copying the computer, and you'll be using Smooth Criminal to kind of do this like double action, right? Download whilst deleting to slow down the agencies here. So you're really, I mean, we're just like, yeah, we hate foreign involvement in a different continent. Then you come here and you're like, fuck your institutions. Like, we actually know what's better, right? And you know,
Well,
you
she
want to take
doesn't
as much
know if
info
they're
away from them as possible.
involved.
It's true. No, you don't want to trust anybody, right? You're like, no, shh, no witnesses, right? No survivors.
No
Classic Colby
witnesses.
attitude. Even when it comes to the data gets deleted as you upload it.
She's a
It actually,
conspiracy nut for a reason.
the folder
They're
that
all
seemed to be
involved.
the folder that's, I mean, we are, the folder that seems to be most opened, most viewed, uh, appears on Dinah's butterscotch CRT monitor built into the, you know, as for the computer. You see a man in lederhosen drinking beer. Okay. But when I say drinking beer, I mean like consuming a keg in its entirety and then quickly becoming like somehow more toned, like gains a pack, gains an ab, you know, like a little more traditionally attractive, right? As well as like glowing and just seem, you know, chiseled would be the word, would be really the word to use for this particular person. Every time that he consumes a large quantity of this alcohol, this happens to him. But you also see that as he drinks the alcohol, he can like change and changes like outfit, like body size, like kind of like morphing a little bit. It seems purposeful. It does not seem like this person has lost control of something. They burp, and then they return to the chiseled state that they were at previously. You do know of this. Let's see if you know the name. Give me a quick roll. Let's see how much more you get out of this. Because that's good enough for up to here. Let's see what the actual roll helped out for.
Alright, so do I gain a dice from using one of my quirks as well?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I don't know if it's gonna roll it. Hold on. There. Ugh.
I mean,
Can I dig in?
is it the first set or is it the second set? It's the 5, right? The 5 was the highest?
Yeah, it should be the second set.
Okay. The 5 is still a partial success. It's still successful, right? You make it through. This still happens. I will add a little wing to the danger cluck. I will add 1 danger cluck. We are now 2 out of 4 danger cluck. As you know, you trip up a little gateway and ping a nearby server, right? That an unauthorized user has accessed, the records. Still, you have a little bit of time as they are focusing on something else and nobody's really at their stations, or everybody's either interrogating Calliegh or trying to help her, or at lunch, and nobody wants to deal with it. Everybody's trying to have a good time and forget about it. So
Shoot, Mama, we probably don't have much time left. Let me see what else I can get.
essentially, I want to make sure that this is. Oh. I had the cool word here for it, and I'll find it in a little bit. But essentially, it's somebody who grows in strength upon consuming alcohol, right? And it does come with its very own original creation of mine, classic Chew name.
Baron must
when
be
I find it-
jealous.
Yeah, that definitely would be a work I would consider taking in the future.
Yeah, this is this defining trait of this person. Because the face shifted so often, you can't really get a good look at this person's face. However, you do notice some similarities about this person that I think would require another roll. Whomever would have experience in identifying FDA prior criminals would be able to roll on this. Baron, since you just
I would
hopped back
assume-
in, you can.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume being like an agent for long enough to almost retire, that I would have experience in that.
Hell yes. Okay.
Oh.
Please.
I got a perfect idea. I've been watching. I watched a little bit of Mindhunter the other day, and we could set up my character as like one of those OG like serial hunter guys. So I'm gonna roll guts. Is that cool? Or what do I choose? What dice do I roll?
What do you want to roll? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have any, do you have any approaches, quirks, or perks?
I mean, I'm always
that might help you.
I don't really know about all my approaches are related. I'll roll instinct. Only 2 dice.
Instinct.
It makes more sense than guts to me for some reason.
Okay.
I'll actually I will dig in, because I still have that temporary appetite you gave us from earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So you can dig in for sure.
I'm gonna dig in, and something explodes. By the way, again, your choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's a success.
Okay.
It's a success.
Partial?
It's a partial success. It was an in control position, and it's a standard effect. You will gain 1 condition. What condition do you think that you would gain for butting in on this? Cocky.
I still have impulsive mark from earlier, right?
It was you still have impulsive, and now you would be receiving a second.
I mean, it makes sense for the hot shot to become a little insecure about whether or not they're hot shotting enough.
Their shot is hot enough. Yeah. Okay. So you're insecure.
Yeah. It's
and with good reason. With good reason. Okay. You succeed. You get that condition. What you see is that this person looks, for a moment, one of the morphs is angled with high shoulders, and the face is chiseled in a way that it reminds you of a prior villain that you knew. A man, if you can call him that, known as the Collector, or in other circles, the Vampire. This is a person who would eat blood, drink blood, sometimes eat flesh to gain the quirks of other people, until he had this say, right? Now, to your knowledge, the Collector, the Vampire, was killed by Tony Chu and co, right? Some time ago now. But it looks really, really close to this particular person. As this person morphs again, continues to drink, seeming to need it to feed, right? To grow in power. At the same time, a woman, what seems to be a young adult, in relatively normal-looking civilian clothes, but with residue of gelatin, pink, green, red, and blue, on her clothes. Your face turns white and your heart sinks as you see your daughter on Dinah's CRT screen, helping this beer thief, this person. You haven't spoken with her in quite some time. You didn't know what she was up to, but this is your trouble. And it's smacking you
My
like right in the face.
My character's going to relay all of the information about the vampire and the collector over to everyone kind of as it was happening. But the second he sees Honey there on the screen, that's right, Honey Hamm. The
Honey
second he
Hamm.
sees her on the screen, he he doesn't say anything, but he points right at her and says,
We're bringing that one in alive.
and he's not really gonna like elaborate unless someone bugs him about it.
Does Dinah know who she is?
I would
At
say
this
so.
point, we'll say that the three of you
Dinah
get what you
trained
need
me.
as you walk. Yeah, so you kind of get what you need. People are coming back from lunch. You walk out the tent and walk towards one of the other ones, the Mars stall, another large tent. Able to where you can kind of blend in and get some good food, right? Even some beer, since it's one of the larger halls, and it's early in the day. Because they're getting it imported from other parts of Germany, and it's it's enough for now. Bobby and Callie, you have a moment to kind of slip away. Do you have any last jokes or witticisms before you slip away and join the others at the Marstall tent?
I
Bobby,
personally would make sure I say whatever to get Callie out of the hot seat now that all the attention is on her, and like it was to cause a distraction, but not
That was a
get
joke.
her.
It was a joke. I'm just kidding. I'm just
messed
joshing.
up,
Nah,
man.
no. It's fine. It's fine. Nah, come on.
Exactly. I think I'll handle this one personally. I think we'll take care.
Okay. Yeah, they're going nowhere with it. Callie, what do you do?
as we're walking away, as I'm drying my fake hysterical tears, it's harder than I thought being in college again. I never actually went to college in the first place, so maybe that's why it was so hard.
That's
Yeah, Business Bobby gets a ring, takes it, breaks the phone, I imagine. In this fake suit, and you guys meet back up at the Marstall tent, to discuss what's going on. Now, Dinah and Colby, you do know about this vampire, the collector. Baron is still, focused on Honey Hamm and his daughter, and he's unable to communicate properly right now. But Bobby and Callie need to get caught up on what's going on. So, what do you guys tell them?
Well, first, Colby will unplug her own laptop and stow it away in her backpack. And then, what do we do with this? Can't really move it. Pointing to the candy computer that Maple had made. Do we?
She holds up her giant purse.
The immovable
okay.
object can only be stopped by the unstoppable force.
I think I could probably eat that shit. I got the munchies like something fierce. He hits his vape and just starts eating it.
A purse breaks half of it. Bobby eats the stump left, and it's gone. You're able to exit the tent peacefully.
How did he not get electrocuted?
It was a real computer. It was just made of butterscotch, but it wasn't. You're right. It wasn't plugged in.
Was it good, Bobby?
Beside the point, we gotta get out of here. They're coming back from lunch.
Was it worth the
Yeah,
as well?
Callie's like, I do not like business, Bobby. And she starts taking her handkerchief and wiping the makeup off of him. So he starts
as Bobby
looking.
regains, his appearance.
This is much better. Like it's so much more.
Once they're at a safe
I feel like
distance.
myself.
Once they're at a safe distance, Dinah's going to pull Callie aside and tell her about Baron's daughter being on the screen.
An aside to the aside, because there's already an aside, so you're further away. Like, hey, listen. You know, deal.
Mm-hmm. Once we're safe, we're not running anymore.
Yeah, you're back in the Marstall. You're having some German lunch, some sausage. This will be probably my last sausage of the night. You know, and some good sauerkraut, some pretzels, and some classic food, as well as a little bit of beer.
Bobby's gonna notice that and lean in and go, "Hey, that reminds me. All the sausage reminds me. You ever heard that one song by that Tom Green movie thing? Where he's like, 'Daddy, do you want some sausage? Daddy, you want some sausage?' or something like that." And he just said, "Daddy, do you want some sausage?" And he sings it. He says sausage like 6 times. Yeah, he says it like 6 times in a row, so everyone can drink that.
That's all right. I need an excuse anyway. It's fine.
Says the player who doesn't drink alcohol to get everyone else to have to drink.
How did he react when he saw?
He said we're going to take that one alive.
Understandable. I wouldn't want anybody to inadvertently kill my daughter if I had one.
If I had one.
You don't have
That's where I put my daughter.
do
If
you?
I had one.
Sorry, what?
That Dinah then goes, "Wait, you don't have a daughter, do you?"
Not that I'm aware of. Oh my gosh, I was.
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, anything's possible.
I mean, you got the egg. Anything's possible. It's true. It is.
Oh yeah. Not yet.
All right. So, we'll take this time and we'll start wrapping up here. As the agents kind of wind down and enjoy their drinks and their food, their sausage in the Marstall tent, as Baron continues to clearly be taken aback, depressed, down, for the loss of, or what he perceives as the loss of Honeyham, seeing her on the screen here, affiliated with these hooligans, messing with Oktoberfest. We are deep in Germany at this point. Baron sweating, angry, upset about Honeyham, and Baron will say,
needless to say.
Yeah, needless to say. It's just very upset. At this point, we'll just go into closings. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for another session of Chew. We are fully in Europe now. Come back next week for more exciting shenanigans with European factions in the Chew-verse. Please make sure to check this out on Kickstarter, as it is halfway through the Kickstarter campaign already, and we are almost close to some more animal companions. Play it cheap. Play a Pakash, play Pollo, right? You play some homegrown chicken nuggets, right? And make your own. It's really quite
If
fun.
we don't hit that stretch goal, I'm gonna be so sad, because
I know I
didn't even think that was an option until I saw that as a stretch goal, and I was like, holy shit, that's what I'd be playing right now.
Pollo.
I would be the freaking Seagull if that was an option going into this.
I'd play Fluffy 84 on his conquest of Central and South America in a bloody, never-ending war of alpacas and guinea pigs.
Viva la revolucion!
Or the new empire, but whatever. But Fluffy Empire. Make sure to check it out on Kickstarter. Make sure to check out the Facebook for updates on Chew and the role-playing game at large. My name was Anthony. Thank you so much again for Imagining Games and Weave the Tale for hosting us. You can find me on Twitter here at Prainntheplague. Every Friday, playing some Chew at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I have 2 Extra Life games coming up soon. One on the 6th of November, playing Rune Quest, or an All Ducks cast. It's going to be quite fun. It's Rune Quackers. Rune Ducks. I'm very excited for it. and to show the best of what Glorantha has to offer. I'm also going to be starting probably around mid-November on Cyberpunk Uncensored, a mono party only Fallout 2D20 set of connected stories where we'll be going from mono Brotherhood to mono Super Mutant, mono Synth to mono Robot, mono Vault Dweller. I'm going as a Vault Dweller for Halloween, so watch out. I'm gonna have the whole get up actually when I stream that because now I have the gear for it. Welcome, Overseer. Hiya. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and that's what I got going on. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll go to our cast in no particular order. Our amazing vegan murderer / tech / actual tech hacker in Chew, ScribblingPenny playing Colby Jack.
Hello. I think I'm not muted. There we go. Hi, I am Sam Scribbles. I am the amazing vegan Colby Jack that did not kill anybody this session. So maybe we need a kill count and we need a hat count and a drink count. I don't know. We need a lot of counters apparently.
A lot of counts, yeah.
All the counts. You need to get some tips from Calliegh on how she keeps her hats on all the time because clearly she is pro. Anyways, I am the community manager here with the Penny for a Tale Network. Anything behind the scenes that goes wrong is probably my fault, but it's okay because we are all human and we are learning. Never. Anything that goes right is me. Anything that goes wrong is Ian, who is also our head tech person. Yeah, so if he's watching, yeah. Anyways, make sure you check out Mutants and Masterminds on Sunday. They are in the middle of their season right now, and there has been some juicy plot thickenings happening over there. So they play at 2 p.m. EST. And then on Monday, we are back with Alien. If you want horror and gore, that is what Rindus brings. Anyways, you can catch me on Sunday playing Pathfinder at 8:30 p.m. over on Penny for a Tale. But otherwise, it's back here on Sunday or Friday, sorry, for this amazing game. But yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Colby Jack, again, for playing the deadliest vegan that ever did was. Bobby Bourbon, played by our wonderful Rob Mulligan. Please take it away.
Hey, yeah. I'm Rob Mulligan, the founder of Cyberpunk Uncensored. Check out Cyberpunk Uncensored on Twitch and on YouTube. Subscribe and follow. Lots of gameplay, all kinds of Cyberpunk and Fallout and Dune, anything future dystopian and dark future. We're playing it. We're doing series about it. Lots of upcoming GMs and games and one-shots and everything. So Cyberpunk Uncensored on all social media. Check it out.
Scary, and very dystopian indeed. Halfling Nikki playing the amazing elderly Dinah Mama Maple. Get those puppies. Get those honey meals.
Yeah.
Dinah Mama Maple.
Have to get going.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Thank you so much, Bobby. Dinah, and what about you?
So I'm Nikki. I am co-creator at TRPG. That's TEATRPG, and we are trying our best to make a safe space for marginalized folks to have fun in the TTRPG community. This Sunday we have a 10 Candles one-shot. I mean, they're all one-shots because everyone dies for spoopy season, and that will be at 3 p.m. Pacific, and it's set in a strip mall, and I'm super freaking excited about it. And then on the last Sunday of the month and every month at 2 p.m. Pacific, we have our talk show where we'll have 2 talk guests and a musical guest. But this time, because it's Halloween, we will be dressed up in costumes. So check it out.
The hype. I love costuming. I can't wait to tune in. Also, that thing about the strip mall. This is the Dead Rising Zero, the prequel that everybody's been waiting for. So make sure to check it out, everybody, and see how Frank gets there.
Love 10 Candles.
Calliegh, played by the amazing Dido. Please, what's going on with you?
Hello, I do so much.
So much.
You can find me on my Twitch at Dido11. You can catch me Mondays and Wednesdays on Swindler's Den. Actually, one I keep forgetting about, I started doing a playtest last week on Count Jacula's channel. Testing a new Babylon Rising, where I'm playing a ghoul. That's fun. And yeah, here on Fridays, and then I play with Ren, who runs the Alien game, over on his channel at Party Wipe on Saturdays.
Alien spooky. Colonial Marine spooky. Like, guns don't do much as you think they would. So it's pretty scary. Make sure you check it out, everybody. And last but not least, Baron Hamm and the betrayal of his daughter, Honey Ham, played by the wonderful LeopoldTheJust. What's going on, my Cool Wind Ranch friend?
I love it. Cool. I gave away my Cool Ranch chips just now to my friend whom I met outside. That's why I was gone. I was giving away Cool Ranch chips. Anyway, so I don't have them anymore. Well, here we are, back to the original. I'm gonna have to go buy some. Anyway, no, I have a lot of fun playing this game and character. Everybody's cool, super fun to play with, and everybody's like awesome at role playing and story building and stuff. So it works out pretty good. I've had a lot of fun. I'm playing with this character in particular, just because that's the only time I've ever like put a costume on. I mean, one time I put like a pirate bandana on, but you know, I don't count that. But yeah, this is great. My character is the hot shot of the group, and yeah, he's basically
things
as
blow up.
dense as
Oh,
a brick.
I never said anything blew up. A barrel in the
Yes, this
like
is
the brew house that you're drinking right now blows up. The roof goes through, and
poor pressure.
And the 16 steins of beer fall to the floor, contributing to the drought. But it looked cool.
Yeah,
people are
so
licking the floor.
Baron had nothing to
beer.
do with that. It's just that explosions happen around him. It's kind of like a fate
Happen around.
thing. Anyway, as far as what I've got going on, I'm in this game. I should be running a Zweihander game at some point. It's just been kind of tough to get it going. But that'll be cool. And on Sundays, which I normally don't shout this out because we haven't played in a while, but I feel like I kind of have a feeling it's about our hiatus is about to end. But on Sundays on twitch.tv/attacktrick, that's like Patrick but attack trick. On my friend's channel, he is running Urban Shadows using the 2E playtest material, and I'm playing a member, like a high-ranking member of the Church of Satan, who sold his soul to the Demon of Sloth, and he has all sorts of gnarly demon powers and stuff. It's a lot of fun, but he's also really kind of ineffective when he's not, like, if there's like a violent situation going on, he's very effective in demon form, but he's not super effective otherwise. So it's kind of funny to watch. I mean, he drunkenly sold his soul to the Demon of Sloth, so that tells you everything you need to know. Anyway, it's a great group. Go check it out. We're basically in like mythical Florida, so it's a lot of fun.
Horrifying.
And,
That's right.
Yeah, I don't really have. I'm also looking to play in something very long term, like disgustingly long term. So hit me up. I do too many like 2 or 3 month stints or one shots. Like I have a craving for something that lasts an inordinate amount of time. So anyway, at LeopoldTheJust. Deuces.
Hit me up. Higher now. And about Urban Shadows, Leland's passion for Urban Shadows is striking. In fact, it's the whole reason that I even know about it, and now I read the books and use it for RPG fuel, and I'd like to play it. So all thanks to Leland, right? So it's clearly it is a really good game. Please go check it out. Thank you everybody for joining us for session 5 of our Chew campaign. Check us back next week right here on Weave the Tale, Friday at 8:30 Eastern. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Bye bye. No chickens in this session, but I'm still gonna do it.